Here's Jon and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour one of Jon and Jim on Halloween. Happy Halloween to our listeners. Hopefully you have a great evening with friends and loved ones and kids. Hopefully you have good candy. Now, me and Jim have spent a ton of time on our costume.
We have.
This year. Now, You know me. I don't really do anything.
No, I know. If you do anything, other people have to do it for you.
Like if it was the John Schaefer show, you know what today would be? I would just be like, Albert Pujols. I wouldn't even mention Halloween.
I know you wouldn't.
It's like, whatever. But with you have that like creative what? Creative gene.
Sure.
A little bit. You have a creative gene.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it.
So you came up with this brilliant idea that I haven't seen anywhere else, anywhere.
Oh, really?
So tell our listeners what we are dressed up as today. I haven't seen this anywhere.
You sent me a video this morning of two kids at Jones's school.
There were
dressed up
people
as this.
dressed up like us, but I'm trying to sell it. So so you can see what we're dressed up as right now on YouTube. Search for Jon and Jim 760. But for those that are listening, what are we dressed up as right now?
Well, Jon, we are actually dressed up as the dictionary word of the year.
We are a dictionary word. Now, is this one word? What you're about to say?
It's not even a word.
But do they combine it? Dictionary word of the year? Is it just one word?
It's not even a word. It's a number, Jon. The number.
A number is a word. The word. No. The number 6 is a word. SIX.
Yeah, but it's not SIS. It's the SIX. It's the number 6.
Got you. Okay.
So dictionary.com.
Got you.
They revealed that the 2025 word of the year
is a number.
Is 67.
67.
67. Now, if you have kids, you've probably heard this a million times in the last month.
Jones says it, but he tells me it means shut up. 67. But I think in actuality, if you went to the internet, it would tell you it doesn't really mean anything, right?
South Park just had an entire episode on this, that every kid in school was saying 6-7.
Does it actually mean anything?
Here's what dictionary.com said.
Okay.
The site explained that the term is a result of a classic brain rot slang, which is, quote, purposefully nonsensical and all about being in on the absurdity.
So it's like an internet thing? Because there's a lot of things on the internet that make no sense.
Yes, Jon.
So it's like 6-7 is one of those things that it basically doesn't mean anything. And we won't be doing this again in 2026.
So I'm 6 and you're 7. So together we are 6-7.
Right. And I was concerned that on the YouTube screen, it would look like we were 7-6, but you're right. We're 6-7.
Yeah.
So good job by
Calvin
you.
says you're both 10s in our eyes. I
appreciate that, Calvin.
But that's not the point. I get
this
it.
This is basically like, yeah, we are 10s. We look like Sydney Sweeney right now.
Better than Sydney Sweeney.
Don't we? Would you rather see a photo of us?
Right.
Or Sydney Sweeney?
If you had me and Jon next to Sydney Sweeney in her dress that she wore the other night.
Yeah.
What would you rather look at?
Thank you.
Us or Sydney Sweeney?
What goes more viral?
The answer is us.
Exactly.
Of course.
So 6-7. Now here's the thing, though.
6-7.
6-7. Yay. Here's the thing, though. Is this the extent of your Halloween? Because again, you're not going to have trick or treaters because you live in a back alleyway, and if anyone came back there, they'd think you were going to murder them.
This is the extent of the Halloween for me. Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to need then. Okay. After the show, I need your 6. Maybe you put your 6 where my 7 is. I'll put the 7 on the back because I'm going to go trick or treating with Jones.
You're going to mess this up.
How?
Because we couldn't even get the number 7 on you properly. It took us like 15 minutes to tape it on your chest.
What's Brian?
Everyone's going to go, what's 76 mean?
That's the thing. That was my concern. My concern. So it has to be 6. Or can I put the 6 next to the 7? Is there enough room?
I mean, we could.
Right.
We can do whatever we want.
We can do anything we want. So true.
But happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see that we're 6-7 for Halloween.
Steven in the chat, let's just start the show. I don't know if he's talking about how we start the open.
Steven,
let's just start the show.
Steven, calm down. It's Halloween.
Here's the thing.
Nothing's going on.
When they took the show from 3 hours to 4 hours, that allowed us to do whatever we want. At 3 hours, I get the idea that hey, stick to it.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour show. That's a window in time. There's a lot going on. And there is, by the way, a lot going on in the sports world. But when you have a 4-hour show and when it's Halloween, I could honestly spend 2 segments on 6-7.
I could spend 3.
Let's just start the show.
That's what maybe say. I could spend 6 segments, not 6'7" on 6.
I could spend 6 or 7 segments on it.
We have a good way. We can burn through like we've done wrap-up shows before where we spend 40 minutes talking about like, is the earth flat?
Yeah.
Which of course it is not.
We're going to spend 6 or 7 minutes today on Padres and us dressed up as 6'7" and the World Series.
Our pain level is reaching a 6'7".
Tonight
Game 6.
Game 6 is tonight, and we could get a Game 7 tomorrow. So Game 6, Game 7.
Hopefully not. John Schneider, by the way, the manager of the Blue Jays, said a year ago today, I was drinking beer in a buddy's driveway, handing out candy, and this is way better than that. He's the manager again of the Blue Jays. All right, so let's get to the sports world where we're still waiting on the Padres manager search. Now, there was a very compelling tweet. Is this like a little bit of a look into the future, Jim? You sent this out. This came from @averagetakes_.
Oh my, I didn't send it out. I just sent it to you and Darnay.
I know. So, I mean, you sent it to me. From @averagetakes_. Do you take this as gospel? Breaking: the San Diego Padres are hiring future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols to be their next manager. Per source, the team will announce later today. Okay, on Halloween during the World Series, the Padres get their guy, and a new era has begun in San Diego. #Padres. This from Average Takes with 619 followers. 619.
6 or 6.
6, son. Yeah, 6.
6 or 7.
Do you take that as gospel?
That's the classic source. Trust me, bro.
And if it is Pujols, like I had it. Yeah. I had it first.
The moral of the story here is, don't believe anything online unless it's from Kevin Acee, Dennis Lin, John Heyman, kind of, or Jeff Passan. Are you okay over there?
No, I'm putting my 7 back together.
Okay. So yeah, it's that, and the sad part is, like, because the internet is such a cesspool of misinformation, people will actually believe that.
You really believe that Twitter has misinformation on it? What are you talking? You are such a conspiracy theorist.
Me?
And yes. You go to Twitter and you're like, is that real? Everything I see on Twitter, I'm like, man, it is unbelievable what's going on in the world.
Clearly, I mean, we're
so
starting the show with some
happening.
random post by somebody with 600 followers.
This is funny. Someone in the chat, from Calvin in the chat, said not confirmed until Fadden tweets.
That's good.
Dude, since we're starting the show everywhere, did you see the tweet last night from Talking Friars? Yes, he's made the first segment of the show. He put out,
dressed up as 6'7", so who cares?
He put out this long tweet, like, to prove that he has a check mark, like you. Honestly, it had to come from ChatGPT. It was 6 paragraphs.
Or
it
7.
was 6 or 7 paragraphs on why Nick Hundley should be the next. He said, like, let's roll. Hire Nick Hundley and let's roll. That's never been said in the history of mankind.
This is what I'm gonna say to that. I actually have a question.
Okay.
Hey, Ben, are you okay? Is everything okay, dude?
You're saying to put together a tweet of that length?
Yeah. Like, is everything okay?
Can you imagine sitting down? Like, what do? Do you grab a cup of coffee and say, hey, Mom, give me 15?
Hold on a second. We can't have dinner right now. I need to create this tweet.
Yeah, hold on. I need a Celsius. Yeah. And then you just sit down with like a blank canvas.
Mom, put the chicken nuggets in the oven. Keep them warm, okay? I got to get this tweet ready.
Right. If you were putting a tweet like that together, there's no world in hell where I would put a tweet like that together without going to ChatGPT. I can't write 6 or 7 paragraphs on Nick Hundley and why he's the right guy for the job right now. I can't.
If I was doing that on my couch, Aaron would be looking over at me and she'd be like, what's going on? Why are you typing so much?
Kristen will get so mad at me because I'll do like one Instagram story. And she's like, why is it taking you forever to put like one caption? I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Shocker.
You know what I mean? Do you ever feel that way?
Yes.
But you're pretty good with it.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm not like great, but yeah, I get it. Aaron does that a lot. She
takes time.
Oh yeah. She is.
Makes sense.
She is a perfectionist. And so she'll have a post ready to go, and then she'll spend a good time. She'll spend a good amount of time getting that post ready before it goes up.
Which is so funny that we do that. Like for example, on Instagram, you put a post up and you put like an emoji and like 300 people see it. Like, why take the 30 minutes? But this is, if you saw this tweet last night from Talking Friars, like somebody recently asked me what I thought about Nick Hundley as a manager. And then 6 or 7 paragraphs later, he's like, hire him, let's roll. So that's where we are in the search. We have Average Takes _ saying Pujols, trust me. We have Ben Fadden writing like novels on Nick Hundley. We have me and you dressed up as 6'7" for Halloween.
Basically, what we're trying to say is hire a damn manager
with the number 67.
Please. Today. I need it. I need the new manager to be announced today.
And I need it in the 2:00 hour.
So we can talk I need it like I need air to breathe.
Here's the thing. We'll only get a report on it today. It is game 6 of the World Series. You're not going to see a tweet from the only tweet we've seen from the Padres this month since they lost the Cubs is happy birthday.
No, we saw a tweet from them today about Halloween.
Same thing. What did it say?
Happy Halloween.
Exactly. That was scheduled like 9 months ago. They look at the calendar like, oh, it's October 31st.
Have a happy Halloween.
So creative. Wow. See, I could have been the social media director of the Tampa Bay Rays.
For the Padres, you could have.
If that's the tweets that are going out, I could have tweeted out happy Halloween from the Rays.
As long as you aren't tasked with creating the graphics, you could easily be the Padres social media manager.
Yeah, like
easily.
Now, could I be the Chargers social media manager? And
no,
let me answer that. No chance in hell.
No, they're actually creative.
They are super ridiculous. The one thing we've always given them credit for, seriously,
yes,
is their creativity from like a social perspective.
Right.
Where the opposite side of that, and it's not to be critical of the Padres, although I think Jim will be. The Padres kind of keep it simple. It could be game 7 of the World Series. You know what they tweet? Game 7. And then it's the lineup graphic.
Yeah, maybe that'd step our game up a little bit.
You want to see more?
Always wanted to see more, but it's not my call, John.
I know. You should apply.
No, I would not want to work there. And I guarantee you, if I try to work there, they would not.
You don't think
they would not hire me? Like, oh, you're Jim? Oh no, not doing it.
All right, so we are in wait mode on the Padres manager. We're in wait mode for game 6 of the World Series. We've got tons going on this weekend. SDFC, SDSU football. What giveaways do we have today, Brian? Do we have giveaways today?
Brian Adams.
We have Brian Adams tickets to give away today. As well, we have Greg Camaro, the former NFL receiver, getting us ready for the weekend. We have Chris Hodge from Taking Vegas. If you miss Miles Byrd, Aztec's outstanding guard, you'll hear that conversation coming up later this hour. It's Halloween on Jon and Jim, and we are just underway. We've got you covered until 6 p.m. when trick-or-treating gets underway.
Not 7, only 6.
Not 7. Right, that's exactly right. Stay with us. Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 670.
We're so annoying.
All right, Jon and Jim, happy Halloween. San Diego Sports 760. If you missed our conversation with Miles Bird, the Mountain West preseason basketball player of the year, you'll hear that coming up in about 6 or 7 minutes. It's actually more than that. Let's just do that for everything.
Are we going to do this all day? We have a 4-hour show. We're gonna alienate a lot of our listeners.
Did we ask Mary to go maybe longer, like 6 or 7 hours?
You know what?
You're already mad about it.
I'm already upset about it. But
this was your idea.
I know it was.
This is your idea.
You haven't even started eating candy yet.
I know.
Is there any candy here?
Oh, there's a ton of candy in this building. You got to go look for it.
I saw there's like pizza in the building.
Yeah, there's pizza.
Yeah. There's a lot going on here.
There's a Halloween.
Party? Oh, that's right.
There's a Halloween contest.
Look, is there a party?
Now,
Sammy Long won the Halloween contest.
I know he did. I don't even know what he is, but
what's he dressed up as, Brian?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
It's like a rock.
My guess would be like Machine Gun Kelly without all the tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks like a rock star.
Okay.
He won $100. That's what I was shooting for. I was like, I'll do it if we can win money.
Do you think we could have won with our
we're not winning
very elaborate costumes?
I bet our boss would have been like, you got to go home.
Good.
It's like grounds for termination.
Send us home, please.
Seriously. Because you know how people, the thing with Halloween, this is always my knock on Halloween. Someone's always going to one-up you, right?
100%.
It's the most one-up holiday ever. People get so intricately, like, the costumes are absurd. The level that people go to on Halloween. Yeah. It's absurd.
I don't know if I have that level of commitment.
I think people spend a lot of money on costumes.
I think
like a lot.
I think so too.
Like, are you willing, seriously, like for our listeners, and your kids, of course, you buy them a costume for $20 or $30, whatever. But would you ever consider dropping a couple of $100 on a costume with like shoes and hats and whatever? I mean, I think people spend a few $100, couple $100 on nice costumes.
Yeah, if you're rich.
Right, that's a commitment, dude. I don't spend a couple $100 on really any of my.
I couldn't commit to that. I could. That's why like costumes for me nowadays, like handmade. Got to make them. I gotta like last year. What were you? I was the robot umpire.
That's the show I missed the day after the Dodgers won the World Series. Right. When I was on the road with San Diego State football, and you did a 4-hour show, not mentioning the Dodgers winning the World Series, even though it was the day after, until the final bit in Jim's back page.
Final 30 seconds of the show. You thought it was like the greatest accomplishment of my career.
Like, it should have been picked up by Awful Announcing. It should have ended up on like the ABC Nightly News. It was so good, and nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
So
no, people cared because a lot of Dodger fans.
Oh, they were mad. I was in the chat.
Yeah, and they were like,
are you really going to talk about this Aztec exhibition game all day?
Yeah,
like, yes, I will.
I will talk about this.
To prove my point.
I'll talk about BJ Davis showing out against UCLA in a closed door scrimmage.
You did.
I don't even remember how or what I talked about during that show.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
But you proved your point.
Somehow I did it. And I proved the point.
It was actually I think it was your idea. You're like, what if I didn't mention the Dodgers won the World Series one time? Like, you have to do it now. You have to pull it off.
And I did it.
And you did it. Yeah, you received nothing for it.
No, but back to the original point is like, I'll make my costume because you're right there.
Yeah, pull your shirt always.
Just pull your shirt down.
I gotta pull the shirt down. That's the key.
Yeah, it's all scrunched up and stuff. There you go. Yeah, I made my costume last year, and then I bought like umpire stuff and I returned it. That didn't cost me anything. And this year, I mean, it's the most basic costume possible. And you were very impressed by my numbers. You're like, how did you draw those numbers?
I thought this was traced. I mean, this looks like better than like Sesame Street stuff.
Jeff West in the chat, our graphic designer, thought that we need to up our game. But you know what, Jeff? We're working on a budget here. And by a budget, I mean
nothing.
Had nothing.
I like this from Carlin in the chat. I can't imagine Jim dressing up in anything but a black or white shirt.
I have more than just black and white shirts.
You have gray or like off-white?
I'm a very like, I have gray, I have blue, I have off-white, I have black, I have dark gray.
But you don't wear shirts by and large. Every once in a while you might wear like a graphic tee from a sports team like Warriors or Padres. But you don't really wear shirts with words on them. Like, I'll wear a shirt that says like San Diego baseball. But you are very much like a plain white tee kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm a plain t-shirt kind of guy.
Where does that stem from?
I don't know. I don't particularly like to wear.
Has Aaron ever said like, hey, maybe let's branch out in this like attire?
No, I don't wear shirts that normally have like stuff all over them. I don't know.
Your style.
That's just my style. I have shirts that have a bunch of stuff on them, but I usually wear them like when I get home or something at night or like.
So all of a sudden you get home, you're like, let me break out all the cool shirts.
I don't know. I'm a very basic dude. I wear basic.
Viore ain't basic.
I know it's
dude.
not. I know it's very elitist.
That's for like, yeah. It's for like Beverly Hills.
I just wear like pants, a regular tee, baseball cap, like very basic, dude.
Jeff says those numbers look worse than Comic Sans. The fonts.
You know what, Jeff? It took me 3 minutes to do this, okay?
I didn't do any of it, Jeff, believe it or not.
John couldn't do it if he tried.
He goes, wear a black shirt. So I text him at like 11 a.m. I go, I have no black shirts. I'm not a plain shirt guy. I don't have any plain shirts. And I actually thought about going to like the store. I told Chris, I'm like, I'm going to go to the store and get a black t-shirt. She's like, no, you're not. For this costume? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you're not spending $30 on that. I'm like, all right.
I did look up online shirts with the numbers on them.
Oh, actually already printed on there?
Yeah.
How much is that?
Like $20.
So 40.
And they wouldn't have gotten here until Saturday. So they're like, what's the point?
Next year.
Next year.
November 1st.
Next year, this stupid meme 6'7" won't even exist.
Caesar says this is bad radio. Have you listened to the show before? This is an upgrade, dude.
Bad radio.
Here's the thing. Sometimes you want
to know bad radio. I'll tell you where you can go listen to bad radio. It's not this show.
Well, it's last year on this date when the Dodgers won the World Series. We were talking about exhibition games.
Yeah.
Okay. Today on the show, we're going to hear from Miles Byrd, San Diego State preseason Mountain West Player of the Year, back for his 4th year. You're going to actually hear from Miles Byrd on the other side of a break. Greg Camaro will join us. We'll get you ready for this weekend in the NFL. Chris Hodge from Taking Vegas has free picks for our listeners coming up at 4:30. We will get you ready for Game 6 of the World Series, getting underway tonight at Rogers Center at 5 p.m. Can the Blue Jays actually do this? Can the Blue Jays win the World Series tonight in Toronto? Is that in Ontario? Is Toronto in Ontario? Why would I ask you?
What, me?
It is, right?
Toronto?
Is it in Ontario?
Ontario, Canada? I don't think so.
Brent's looking it up. I'm pretty sure Toronto's in Ontario. Or is Montreal in Ontario?
Montreal. By the way, speaking of Montreal,
Toronto's in Ontario. Thank you.
That's great. I watched the Netflix documentary the other night.
Oh, Who Killed the Expos?
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
Let me okay.
Do they basically do they say the strike or their owner? Whom it was like Jeffrey Luria.
I'm not going to spoil it. I will say though, if you do watch it, and make sure that you're paying attention, because a lot of the documentary, it's spoken in French. Because
pay attention to what? You don't know French?
The subtitles.
Oh, you mean like read?
Yeah. You can't just sit there and listen to it. If you like if you go do something or whatever.
Kristen hates the subtitles show, and I don't mind it at all.
I don't mind it, but they speak a lot of French in the documentary.
Isn't Toronto English speaking? Oh, it's Montreal. Yeah, this is French speaking.
Yeah. This is probably our worst show so far through 26 minutes that we've ever done.
I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's top 6 or 7 show. All right, on the other side, Miles Byrd, San Diego State outstanding guard, Mountain West preseason player of the year. You're going to hear a conversation with Miles coming up. Plus, Chris Hodge, free NFL and college picks for our listeners in the 4 o'clock hour. Greg Camaro, Football Night in San Diego, former NFL receiver, will join us at 4 p.m. Don't go anywhere. Jon Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Game 6 tonight of the World Series. Dodgers and Blue Jays. Dodgers are looking to force a game 7 tomorrow night. Blue Jays looking to win their first World Series since 1993. Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays against Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Wyoming. It's homecoming at Snapdragon Stadium. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. Our pregame coverage starts at 2 p.m. right here on San Diego Sports 760. And with the Aztecs on 760, SDFC versus Portland, game 2 of their postseason series will be on Jammin' 95.7. Kickoff is at 6:30. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
All right. Do you want to hear from Miles Bird here, or we could?
Yeah.
So real quick, maybe we can get to Miles Bird at 3 p.m.
Okay.
Oh, you're yelling at me about my phone.
I'll turn it down. I know how to turn my phone down.
So yesterday I get a text from Kristen. She's like, no. Yeah, a couple days ago, she's like, I got you a new phone. I'm like, why? Do I need a new phone? I mean, everyone could always use a new phone, but my phone was fine. So I go home. She's like, your new phone is on the counter. My phone is, if you're watching it, it's blue. I don't want a blue phone, but whatever. I'm not going to kick it out of bed.
That's
you like it?
That's cool.
Well, I need to get a case.
You thought it was like purple.
I thought it was like purple.
Are you colorblind like Darren?
But it's iPhone 17, so that's cool. But Jim's like, yo, will you turn down like your text sound? Like I'm sending text and you can hear the sound. I don't know how to silence this phone.
Give me your phone. Give me your phone.
Here. What happened to Jones? Because he was on the background. Look, see, this phone's whack. What happened to Jones?
How do you survive?
Is it because it's on Do Not Disturb?
There you go. How do you survive?
How'd you get Jones back?
Because I'm smart.
How do you silence it?
I'm surprised you don't have like one of those old people phones with like the big ass buttons and stuff.
You probably will soon.
Dude.
All right. So there's a button here and you just hold it down.
And then it says Do Not Disturb.
Oh, there we go. The do not. Oh.
But I don't know, man. There's a way to do it.
Dude.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, just turn the volume down. That's a good idea. I could turn the volume down. All right.
Wow.
Miles Bird, Aztec outstanding guard. Where do we start this conversation, Brent, with Miles Bird?
If his time as an Aztec has gone by in a snap.
I'd say even faster than that, honestly. I mean, just like a blink. I mean, came in here, didn't expect a lot my first year, and, just through hard work and putting my head down and continuing to work, I think I blink and I'm a senior already, which is kind of crazy to say.
That's crazy. Like we were talking about the national championship run and, remembering that moment, like for you. And then now, 4 years later, you're the preseason Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. You are entering your final year at San Diego State, coming back here, the team, a lot of returning players. For you, like just the excitement level that you must be feeling getting ready to go for this season.
Excitement, gratitude. Yeah. I mean, a lot of feelings coming back to San Diego State to, graduate and play my last season on the Mesa. I mean, I think we have the best fans in the country. I've been blessed to play in front of them for 3 years, going on to 4. So, I mean, I'm just super excited, especially with how good the team's supposed to be this year. Obviously it's up to us to live up to that potential and the hype. But, I mean, just off the talent alone, I mean, it's super exciting. That it's going to be a great year.
What did you learn about yourself? First of all, everyone wants to know how you're feeling. You're good to go, right?
Ready to go. I'm good on Tuesday.
He's good to go, everybody. Everything's great.
You'll see him Tuesday night against Long Beach State. But I'm just curious, like, what was the experience like this offseason when you go through the draft process, you train in LA, you succeed in the combine? Like, how is that going to make you a better basketball player moving forward?
I think the biggest thing, which, I mean, that goes everywhere, wherever you play basketball, is just confidence, knowing that you're at a certain level. I'm obviously work is never can stop. But
burger.
There we go. Wild Westburg, thank you.
There we go.
But yeah, I feel like the work is never going to stop. You're going to continue working as long as you're doing this profession. But for me, the confidence of it, I was around pros for 2 months straight, working
Who
out
were you
with
around?
them.
VJ Edgecombe?
VJ Edgecombe was one of my guys. I mean,
Right?
we FaceTimed yesterday after my game.
You trained with him this
That's
spring.
that's
amazing.
my guy. That's one of my guys. So me
He
and
is
VJ
balling right now.
I knew he was going to come
Yeah.
too, especially with the role he's able to play right now with PG being now and beat on minute restrictions. He's a guy I knew was going to be really good. VJ, Carter Bryant, Colin Murray Boyles, who just started the first game for the Raptors. Casper Jakinchonis from Miami. So, I mean, we had a really good group of 5 with the NIL guys that were also there, like Tommy Hop from Florida. So we had a great group out there. We just competing every single day. And you got guys like Klay Thompson coming back to work out with our trainer. You got guys that have been in the league, role players that have been in the league. You got Evan Mobley who works out over there. So just being around pros, you pick up on the tricks of how to play basketball and how to draw fouls and stuff like that. So I think just coming back, the game has slowed down a lot for me.
Yeah, to come back now, and I'm sure the confidence that you gained from the players that you've worked out with, what does that do for you going into the season? The confidence that you have getting ready for your final year here at San Diego State.
Oh yeah, I think I'm able to get on to things quicker. I mean, mistakes don't hit as hard.
Right.
Obviously you don't want to make mistakes, but I mean, I'm a lot more mature in the sense where mistakes are going to happen and get into the next play, stuff like that. So my confidence is through the roof right now. And, my teammates, they just bring more and more confidence out of me, knowing what they can expect from me and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I'm excited to just get on the court with these guys.
Miles Bird with us right now. Aztec entering his 4th year on the Mesa, preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. I go back to the team you played on in 2023 had all that returning minutes, all those returning players, right? And that obviously was a big part of that team. Now, this past year, the year in which you reached the first 4, there were all these new pieces kind of coming together. You still managed to get to the NCAA tournament, beat the Houstons and the Creightons of the world. What's it going to mean, in your opinion, to have all of these pieces back now?
I think the biggest thing when you return a lot of minutes and a lot of people who played the year before is like last year, a lot of the stuff we were doing preseason was just trying to get to know each other, just trying to gel on the court. Yeah. Now playing with these guys for already a year, like the gelling has already happened. We've already gelled. We played with each other for a year. Now it's working on the little things and fine tuning the little things, which, I think that team my freshman year was able to do because they had played with each other for so long that the chemistry was already there. It was just about the little habits, which, I think helped build a team getting better and better throughout the season. So I think for us, we're kind of in the same position where chemistry's there already. I mean, you got a few transfers, which was the same way my freshman year. We had a few people coming in who played a lot of minutes for us that transferred in. But the chemistry is there, and it's just about making sure our habits are right and we're everyday guys and we can be consistent throughout the season because that's what builds the habits that you need come March and come tough times and late conference and stuff like that.
And we talked to Dutch about the depth of this team. I mean, this is one of the deeper Aztecs teams that I can remember. I've been here for 15 years, and I'm looking at this team. I'm like, you could have starters up and down the bench here. It's crazy. But he was talking about the difficulty sometimes of, creating lineups. If this lineup's playing well, we make sure that get this player in. How, as a leader of this team, how do you make sure you keep everybody on the same page, on the same rope? So when there are, players that aren't getting a lot of playing time because of the depth, how do you make sure you keep everybody pulling on that same rope here?
I think the biggest thing for this team, which, every deep team runs into an issue like that when everybody on the bench, everybody on the court could be playing 25, 30 minutes a game. It's just buy-in. Sacrifice. I experienced a good amount of it my freshman year coming into college. I think I'm going to be able to play as a freshman. And, I had to sacrifice minutes because I knew that was best for the team. So I think the biggest thing for us is, just having a understanding of the buy-in that we need to have as a group. Some nights it's not going to be your night. And there's going to be another guy who doesn't play as much as you normally, and he's going to play more than you, and he's going to have a great game. And you got to be on that bench bought in. You got to be supporting your teammate just like it's you out there playing. So I think the biggest thing is just, trusting each other, trusting the coaching staff, knowing that the team's best interest is what the coaches are going to do. So, I think when we all buy in a sense like that, sky's the limit for a team like this.
San Diego State is always big and physical and kind of leading on the defensive side of the floor. Just watching last night, you didn't play, Magoon didn't play.
Seen it, though.
But it's really amazing to watch up close and personal firsthand. To see how that physicality impacts a game. What's that? You're watching like last night, and the second the game starts, you just kind of feel the defensive intensity.
100%.
What is that like as a player to be a part of a defensive culture like this?
It becomes you. It becomes your identity. I came in, I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the toughest defender, the toughest rebounder. But I mean, when you practice like that for 3 months before you can even go and play an opponent, it's already in your mind that that's how you got to play. That's the standard that we play with. So, I mean, I think it's just the way that we practice. I think that's what creates our identity, our culture. And you know, when you're doing it every single day, it becomes a habit. And then next thing you know, you're playing against another team, and your habits are already your habits. So, I think every team I've been on has been a really physical, really big, really good rebounding team. Last year, I think, was our worst year rebounding, and I still thought we weren't the worst in the country. So, I mean, there's definitely room for improvement from last year and stuff like that. But, I think that's what you're going to do. If you want to get on the court and play for Brian Dutcher, you're going to be a physical defender, a physical rebounder.
Did you see the article of CBS's top 100 players in the country?
I don't.
You probably got tagged.
I probably got tagged. I don't know if I really read it or anything.
Can you guess where you might land on that if you were on the top 100?
A mid-major school on the West Coast. I'd say I'm probably 60.
You're actually 47th.
Okay.
47th. When you see, lists like that, you're the Mountain West Conference preseason player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you approach those things? How do you approach, the accolades before you even stepped on the court heading into a season?
I think accolades are just a showing of other people's expectation of you. For me, I have even bigger expectations for myself than what the accolades show. And for that, I mean, I come into every day and I might see an accolade one day, it's gonna be out of my head the very next day. It's not something I'm gonna really support or celebrate. It's a cool recognition, but at the end of the day, we want to do important things and set history at this school this year. And nothing's gonna benefit me looking at what they said in the preseason. And
right.
It's my goal for me to do the best I can every day to put myself in the best position to help our team be successful this year. And if that's being the player of the year, I mean, so be it. But I mean, I'm most focused on getting wins and then making a deep run in March.
A year ago, Miles Bird is with us for a couple of more minutes. A year ago, obviously, you guys made your mark in Vegas.
Yeah.
The players there, the Houston win, the Creighton win. You're going back to Vegas, Michigan, Oregon, a third opponent as well. Obviously, there's a lot of basketball before then, including Tuesday against Long Beach State. But when you look at the opportunity that lies ahead in Las Vegas, even the non-conference game against Arizona, how much are you looking forward to those opportunities? I
mean, you've heard Dutch say before, like you make your way into the tournament early in November nowadays. Being in a tournament like Players Era, where we have opportunity to probably 3 quad 1 games and another quad 1 opportunity in Arizona against Arizona. I mean, those games are super exciting. Those are the games. If you really love the sport and you really love competing, those are the games that you live for. I mean, obviously, you got to take care of business earlier before that and in between Players there in Arizona. I think the biggest thing for us, though, is, staying level-headed through success. Last year we beat Houston and then we come home. I think we played maybe a few games and then we lost a tough one to Utah State. And that's kind of when struggles started happening within the season. So I think, this year we want to win those games early, but we also want to carry ourselves throughout the year and continue to get better. And, I feel like beating Houston early in the year, that was huge, but, it was really the only thing that got us in the tournament last year. So we want to be able to win those games this year and also win the games of conference to put ourselves in a high seed and give ourselves the best chance to make a run deep in March.
What does it mean for you to see this program now with Chase Fisher of Blenders, put in so much and commit so much to this program here? Because NIL, we all know, it's the way of college athletics now. You need to have support for a program. To see that, that must feel pretty great that, this program is in good hands going forward.
100%. I feel like I've been here for years, so I kind of seen Chase become a bigger and bigger part of the program.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Chase. Love Chase Fisher. I mean, I definitely have a personal relationship with him. But for like fans to do that, it just shows their appreciation and their commitment to us. And it kind of gives us like more strength going into the year, being excited to put on for these fans that are, taking money out of their own pockets to help support us and help try to make us the basketball powerhouse that we could be.
Where'd you get Dutch for his birthday? Today's Dutch's birthday?
I got Dutch appearance at Broyo today for his birthday, actually. And I made the freshmen sing happy birthday to him yesterday.
There we go.
That was my gift.
All right, that's your gift to Brian Dutcher. We're going to let you go and you can eat here at Broyo. What'd you order?
I got the Wild West burger, no onion ring on it. Little barbecue sauce, bacon. Good stuff. Some good stuff.
Burgers are good here, man.
Big fan of Broyo.
Yeah,
you guys are here all the time, right?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, can't not be here when it's on campus. It's so easy to get, and there's a lot of love with Billy and Roy here. So, very appreciative of the support they show.
Miles, great to see you, my man. All right, Aztecs outstanding guard Miles Bird, the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. All right, Jon and Jim underway. Some thoughts on what's playing out right now between YouTube TV and ESPN. If you are a sports fan, that could be a problem this weekend. We'll explain on the other side. Stay with us. Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. Greg Camaro, the former NFL receiver, he joins us each and every week. He'll join us to preview this weekend in the NFL coming up at 4 p.m. I thought Chris Hodge was on the show, Jim, but he's not on the show. He's going to come on Monday and Thursday next week. So he'll get us ready for Monday Night Football, which you can hear on San Diego Sports 760 next week.
Okay.
Don't we have Monday and Thursday Night Football next week?
Yes.
Jeez, we are living good.
A great week.
So if you are a football fan specifically this weekend, and you are like me or Jim, which means you rely heavily on YouTube TV. Me and you have had YouTube TV at this point for years, right? And I've always been a fan. It's not perfect. They run into some like carriage disputes here and there, but by and large, you get the channels you need. Well, there's a massive issue going on right now because ESPN and ABC are currently no longer on YouTube TV because of a dispute. If you're specifically a college football fan, well, ESPN and ABC are carrying essentially all SEC games this weekend because of ESPN's relationship with the SEC. So who are we putting this on? Again, as of right now, as we talk, and this might be resolved by tomorrow, you can't watch ABC or ESPN channels on YouTube TV as of midnight last night or as of this midnight.
My blame chart goes as such.
Okay.
There's really only two people to blame here.
For YouTube TV or ESPN?
ESPN 1, YouTube TV 2.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. The reason why I blame ESPN and I put them at the top of this list is because they recently just created their new stupid ESPN app that nobody asked for.
The monthly fees and everything.
It's like $30 or something.
It's a lot of money.
Nobody asked for this.
I didn't ask for it. You're right.
Nobody asked for this dumb app.
I liked what we had.
And WWE, all of their PLEs now will be on the ESPN app.
But we thought initially, if you were a YouTube TV subscriber, you'd be able to watch them. And the ESPN's like, no.
So then I see Scott Van Pelt and Stephen A. Smith and Mike Greenberg go on their social medias because their bosses told them to.
Yes, I saw that too.
And pleaded with the consumer, like, this is all YouTube TV's fault, and do this, do that. I'm like, shut the F up. Okay. We know what's happening here. You created an app. You are now going to YouTube TV and creating problems for YouTube TV, asking and telling them that, hey, we have an app now. So if you want ESPN on YouTube TV, you essentially have to raise the price for the consumer because technically, quote unquote, we don't need you anymore. And YouTube TV is like, no. That's not how this works. You can't create an app and then tell us that we need to drive the price up for you because you have another outlet, which is the app, which in turn is going to cause us to up the price for our consumer.
That's why I'm on Team YouTube TV here. And I get it. There's probably no.
They're also to blame too.
They're all to blame. One's owned by Google, the other's owned by Disney. These are massive corporations.
Yeah, they don't care about the consumer.
But hear me out. The reason I'm okay with YouTube TV putting their foot down in this instance is what you just said. Because if YouTube TV bends over backwards and says, you know what, we'll pay the additional $5 a month per subscriber and we'll pass it along to the consumer, I don't want to pay another $5 or $10. No. So you know what? Put your foot down. Come to fair terms both ways. But you've said this before, and I agree. I don't want YouTube TV to go from $69 to $79 to $89.
Well,
it has. Yeah. But this is where YouTube TV at some point does need to step in. You can't just keep raising prices and then passing it on to the consumer. Like, there's going to be a point where we don't want to spend $149 a month for YouTube TV.
The ESPN brand is becoming such a joke. The only reason why I want ESPN is to watch live sporting events. That's it.
I'm with you.
First takes, the get ups, the Pat McAfee's.
Nobody needs it. I'm with you.
Those shows are pointless. The inside, whatever the NFL Lives and all the other NBA countdowns and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. No one cares. No, I don't.
There's you like inside the NBA.
No, but that is attached to live sports program.
Okay, that's fair.
And that is technically designated as like a pre-half and post-game show.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. I'm talking about the shows that are on during the day that aren't attached to live sports programming. And there's no way in hell I'll ever pay $30 for this dumb ESPN app. There's no chance. I've just already come to the conclusion, like, I'm just not going to watch WWE anymore. Sorry. I'm not going to watch. I never watched in the first place. First Take and all those other stupid shows with Stephen A. Smith yelling at my face off in the morning. Like, those shows to me are pointless. They're stupid. And the fact that you're trying to stronghold YouTube TV to pay more money because you now have this app, and it's in turn going to cause all YouTube TV consumers to have to probably pay more for YouTube TV is an absolute joke. F them, F ESPN, and they can go to hell.
Yeah, I don't. It smells very fishy to me as well. Listen, personally, like I like Scott Van Pelt a lot as a broadcaster, and maybe he was forced to do this through his employer. But don't go plead to your social media feed about
screw you.
We're right and they're wrong, and here's what you need to do to keep ESPN on your television. Stop. Like, again, I like you as a broadcaster, but you don't need to tell me what to do with my money and where I should be watching programming. That to me is too far.
Now, I blame him because he had a boss tell him to do this. It wasn't like he did this on his own.
Right. It's a copy paste job if you look at the tweet.
100%.
Yeah.
So Stephen A. Smith, Greenberg, this is what the corporate bosses at ESPN decided.
You will do this.
Yeah, and the corporate bosses at ESPN, all they care about is money and the greed that they have, and the consumer on the list of things that they care about is at the very bottom. They do not care about the consumer one bit. And by the way, YouTube TV, they're like, oh, to all of our consumers out there, we're gonna, if this continues to go on for a long period of time, we'll charge your account and give you $20. Like, what? So they're gonna give us $20?
I feel like you should get more than $20, truthfully, because this is very impactful. If I was a diehard SEC football fan, like, listen, there's a lot of people talking about this, because what are you supposed to do this weekend? If you're a YouTube TV subscriber and you want to watch the SEC this weekend, now what are you doing? Because you're going out, you're going to a bar or a restaurant. Are you going to change your provider because of this? Are you going to assume it gets solved?
Let me ask you this. With all of the streaming apps that we have now, with all of, the different like Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO, all that stuff, right? Do you miss just regular cable?
Yeah, 100%. It was way better. It's not even comparable.
I was wrong. I thought cable was the way of the dinosaurs.
So much better.
Now, it is such a convoluted
it's a nightmare.
S job. It's just S show. It's a complete S show that when you look at how much you're paying for all these streaming sites, it is probably more or the same as cable.
And it's not as convenient, because you've made the point. So I want to watch my MLS team on Apple TV, but I want to watch my college football team on ESPN, and I want to watch my NFL game on Netflix. Like, you got to go all over the place to find this content that used to be all within one cable package. All right, we'll kick off hour 2 of Jon and Jim by looking ahead to Game 6 of the World Series. It gets underway later tonight. Plus, we're keeping our eye on this Padres manager search. When will it come to an end? Greg Camaro, the former NFL receiver, joins us at 4. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update's brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Game 6 of the World Series tonight in Toronto. Blue Jays looking to close out the Dodgers and win their first World Series since 1993. Dodgers are looking to force a Game 7, which would be tomorrow night. Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays against Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Wyoming for homecoming. 4 p.m. kickoff. You can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760, and SDFC takes on Portland. Game 2 of their series will be on our sister station, Jammin' 95.7. 6:30 is when kickoff is there. Tune in to Jammin' 95.7 for that match. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
So, it's Halloween. Let's list things that scare Jon and Jim. Animal protein. Team doctors.
Dislocated. I think it broke too. So I'm going up having surgery.
A kombucha recall. WWE spoilers. I kind of fear those too. And the Padres looking for a new manager. Well, gotta get past them for a busy show as we look at the Aztecs return home tomorrow versus Wyoming. SDFC's attempt to move on to the next round of the playoffs. Plus, the latest on AJ's search for a skipper. From the San Diego Sports 760 studios, here's Jon and Jim.
All right, San Diego, Southern California, what's going on? This is hour 2 of Jon and Jim here until 6 p.m. Greg Camaro, friend of the show, former NFL receiver. He will join us coming up at 4 p.m. We'll get into this weekend in the NFL. We have a lot to discuss locally. SDSU football, of course, against Wyoming, as Jim has told you in his updates. SDFC, as we've been talking about as well this week, taking on Portland in Game 2 tomorrow. So there are sports to get to. There's the Padres manager search as well that has not yet been resolved. It's also Halloween. There's also the World Series, Game 6.
Game 6.
Game 6. And
potentially 7.
Correct. Potentially 6 and 7.
Potentially 6 or 7.
Not nor.
No.
Be an and.
Nope. And we're going tonight till 6. But not until 7.
Not until 7, no.
Only 6. Not till 7. Not a minute past 6.
Okay, if you were going real quick, we can get to sports. But if you were going trick or treating tonight, let's turn the clock back to before you had a beard, like when you were like
when I was like 25,
when you were like 10, when you were a kid. If like try to like flashback, right? Close your eyes. Remember what it was like to go trick or treating with friends or family. What were you seeking out? Like, were you looking for a type of candy? Were you looking for, like, was there a best house on the block? Like, what was the goal tonight? Compile the most candy possible or get the best candy possible?
You always want to look out and try to find the house that gives you the full-size candy bars.
100% true. You want the full Snickers.
Yeah. So, like, if word gets out when you're out and about, hey, the house at the corner has the full candy bars, I'm making a beeline directly for that house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm staying away from the house that gives away the
worst candy.
Not even candy. They're just like, here's a pencil and eraser, or
we don't need
something
that.
really
What about,
bad.
Did you ever
John's house?
I said, yeah, my house. We give it breaded tofu. Did you ever see, this is a serious question because this happened to me as a kid. Did you ever end up at houses, either of you, where you would get like an apple wrapped in plastic?
Like a candy apple?
I remember it being like a red apple.
I never got a red apple wrapped in plastic.
Don't you feel like that would be like poisoned or something? Isn't that weird?
It just wouldn't. I wouldn't even think it's weird. I just wouldn't want it. I'm like, I don't want an apple.
My mom would never let me eat anything that was like unwrapped. Like, oh, here are like malt balls like from my hand. No. They have to be like in the like malt ball container.
Okay.
Like, did you ever, like
malt balls?
I don't know.
Where did you live, dude? Where did you grow up?
Pennsylvania.
I know, but
it's a different world.
It is. I guess
okay,
it
people
is.
are giving out apples and malt balls.
Okay.
They're just feeding people candy like it's giving oats to a horse. You just put it here, eat it out of my hand.
How about the people growing up, and it's still going on now, but we're older. We're not trick-or-treating, but I see it with Jones. How about the people like, we're out, take one?
I was just about to ask you.
No, you can take more than one.
If I ever saw
the take one guy,
like
how many were you taking?
I was taking at least 2 handfuls.
Depends on what's in the bowl.
2 handfuls?
You should be lucky I didn't take the whole damn thing.
If it's Reese's, I'll dump the whole thing in my bag.
You can't have a pitch black house with no lights on and a bowl of candy in the front of your house by your on your doorstep
That says take one.
that says take one and expect the kid to not take.
Let me
the
ask
whole
you this
damn
though, but
thing.
in
I'm a
this
kid.
era,
I can't read.
let me
I
ask
don't
you
know
this:
what it says.
in this era where everyone's got like a Ring doorbell,
Who cares? What's going to happen?
could you be prosecuted?
No, you can't. It's candy, dude.
If like it says take one and you take 16.
No, it's candy.
Right.
Now, some, boomer old time loser, if they want to humiliate a kid,
Right. You can't do that.
then they'll take the Ring camera footage and they'll like post it online and try to make that go viral.
Yeah. Can you find this clown that lives in
He was dressed up as a
North
clown.
Park?
Yeah. So no, I always remember that if there were houses that were like dark and they had the candy bowl, I would like go take a lot of that candy.
What about that feeling when you're a kid? You're like, is it worth my time to walk up to that house because it kind of looks dark? Like it doesn't look like they're participating.
If it's dark and I don't see a candy bowl,
you're not
I'm
wasting your time.
No chance.
Isn't that the worst feeling when you're younger and you're just trying to hit as many houses as possible?
Yeah.
And you go to like back-to-back homes, like, wait, there's no one here.
So did I ever tell you what my mom does on Halloween? Because Halloween is a big holiday at our house, even though people don't like
What does she
deem
do?
Halloween a holiday, but it's a big one.
Does she bake? She's seriously.
So my grandpa started a tradition in his neighborhood. My mom actually lives at
I've
the
heard
house
this
she
before, but remind me.
grew up with, at. And,
Yeah.
So it's like a family home. And my grandpa used to work at a salt company. It's called Leslie Salt. And what goes really good with salt? Popcorn. So popcorn and salt, great combination. And his company always used to have the best, and I mean the best popcorn for whatever reason.
No, well,
Just
that makes sense because it's salt company.
amazing popcorn.
Okay.
So he, instead of giving out candy on Halloween, he created a popcorn stand. And it was like the place to go to in the neighborhood because it wasn't just about the popcorn for the kids, which he would have the popper, he would pop the popcorn, have the Leslie salt on it, have the little popcorn bags, give the kids the popcorn bags. But all the parents loved the house because my grandpa had the coffee and underneath the coffee machine, all the booze. And so it was like, here's some coffee with little Baileys for all the parents.
For the kids? Oh, okay.
No, not for the kids, John. The
That's why
parents.
everyone loves your house.
I know, right? But the parents especially love the house. So my mom continues the tradition, and every year she has a popcorn stand out in the front yard.
And gets hammered?
No, still gives out alcohol, but she also does bake and has like chili and pies and all this stuff. It used to be like hot dogs and pizza, but she actually like makes a bunch of food now. So yeah, it's our house back home, or my mom's house is like the go-to neighborhood house.
And I like how she's passed down that tradition where you do absolutely nothing with it.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't live there.
No, but I mean, it could be passed down to this generation, and you could be making popcorn and giving out drinks and.
Oh, at my house?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I live. Have the tradition continue.
Number one, I live in an alleyway.
You do.
Number
Scary.
two, we get no trick or treaters. Number three, that's a lot.
What if you had the perfect house though? Like in the middle of a block and there were kids everywhere. Would you get all into it?
I think I would just hand out candy. I would get into it for sure. Yeah. I don't feel like I would be that curmudgeon person. I would get into it.
No, yeah, I'm with you. Here's the thing. I have where I live is a condo, so nobody walks around. One of my issues though with Halloween is like a serious issue. Candy these days, it ain't cheap. So like to have enough candy, how much does it cost to like supply your home with candy these days? I feel like it costs $100.
It's a lot. You can go to the store and buy like 3 or 4 bags,
but those bags, I was just at the store today. Those bags were expensive.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, because the small bags, that's not feeding anyone. Like you need a lot of bags. I don't think, and there's nothing worse than running out, by the way. Like I don't like running out of candy.
If you run out of candy, then you just put a sign up. You're like,
ran
out of candy.
Yeah, it's not. But and you don't want to run out early. And
is Jones into Halloween?
No. Are you into the Niners? I mean, every kid in the world.
Like, is he like Dad, I'm going to get so much candy.
Yeah. But he'll forget by the morning that we'll like take it all away. You know what I mean? Like kids get all this candy as if we're going to allow them to eat it. Like I would never. There's no world where Jones can eat all this candy. Basically, he'll collect all this candy, then he'll eat like 3 pieces, and then I'll be like, dude, what are you gonna like? You're gonna explode.
Do you eat his candy?
Nah, I'm not a candy guy. Kristen will.
Good for her.
Yeah, Kristen will. This is the issue. If you want me to bring some for you guys.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I do. There's candy stashed somewhere in this building that's hidden that I'll just eat that.
It won't matter. Starting tomorrow, everyone's going to bring their leftover candy.
True.
And we're going to be having candy come out of our ears for the next 2 weeks.
Fine by me.
Yeah, that is fun.
I always love a good piece of candy.
You really do, by the way.
I do, yeah.
All right, here until 6 p.m. Greg Camaro will stop by. We'll talk some NFL with him at 4 p.m. We'll get you ready for the World Series coming up as well. San Diego State has a showdown tomorrow with Wyoming. SDFC trying to move on to the postseason with a victory at Portland this weekend. Stay with us, it's Jon and Jim. All right, Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. Greg Camaro coming up, the former NFL receiver, football night in San Diego. He'll join us at 4 p.m. I might be telling you new news. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Did you know that Jaden Denegal is listed on the injury report for this week?
That is some new news, John.
It's actually from yesterday, but Jaden Denegal is listed as questionable. It's required now in the Mountain West to list injury reports twice a week, Thursday and before the game. So he is listed as questionable. For those that watched San Diego State's last game in Fresno, he left due to an upper body injury and returned. He's been dealing with injuries all year long if you've just been watching the game. So how concerning is that? He is listed for the first time this year on an injury report. He's listed as questionable for this Saturday against head, shoulder, knees, toes. Upper body. I mean, he's taken some hits.
Shoulder.
I don't know what it is actually on the injury report. I'm not sure because I just saw people commenting on it. But yeah, I don't know if it's listed as shoulder or upper body or whatever it is.
Is he expected to play on Saturday?
Jim, he's questionable. I don't know.
Well, look, it is a little concerning. I'm not going to say that it's nothing, but the questionable designation would lend me to believe that he's going to be playing tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Because he finished the game. I know he missed, one or two plays this past weekend?
Yeah, he missed more. He missed the end of a series of, he missed at least a few plays.
Okay. Then he returned and he played the rest of the game. Now, he did not look particularly sharp on Saturday against Fresno. He missed a lot of wide open, throws, and he had he had one at the goal line where he threw way across his body. Should have been a pick.
Yep.
But he still finished the game.
Yeah, he did.
So I'm not too concerned. And I think that, they'll have a better game plan this week, knowing hey, we might have to deal with some injuries here. Maybe run the ball a little bit more. Maybe use Bert Emanuel Jr. a little bit more. And I trust that Sean Lewis and the coaching staff are going to have a solid game plan ready to go for tomorrow night.
I do wonder what the factor is if he's not fully healthy, which clearly he's not because he's questionable. When you look ahead, I mean, even if they were to beat Wyoming, they go to Hawaii. They're much improved. They have Boise at home. They've always been a perennial contender, obviously, in the Mountain West. This schedule is really stiffened. And are you capable of doing what people are asking them to do? I mean, it's never easy to win out when you have half a season remaining or 5 or 6 games. Are you going to need Jaden to be healthier than he is to beat teams like Hawaii and Boise? And we don't know as of yet. Could you do it without Jaden Denegal? I don't know. Their defense has been so incredibly good, but it does feel like his health is obviously crucially important because here's your starting quarterback. And he's been, remember the first game of the year, Stony Brook, he left the game. Remember he
the third play of the game.
Defender. Yeah, he left the game and he came back. To his credit, man, he's been tough. I mean, he's left games and returned, but
ever since that play against Stony Brook, every game since then, he's wore a shoulder brace for his left shoulder because that was the shoulder that he injured in the opener.
That's right.
And I was there and I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, second play of the season or third play of the season.
What are we serious right now?
Right.
And to his credit, he's played every game this year. And in some games, he's looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Other games is not so great, but you see the potential there. And so I think for tomorrow, just seeing that he's questionable, I'd say he's going to play.
I agree with you. I think that if he was listed as doubtful, that's a significant story because doubtful means there's a really good chance you're not going to play NFL or college. I think questionable, it's kind of like when you see a weather report, if it says there's a 70% chance of rain, it's raining. But when it says there's a 20% chance of rain, there's a lot of days where it doesn't rain. When there's a 20% chance of rain, I see questionable more like the 20% than I see the 70%. So I would be surprised if he didn't start and play just in general tomorrow. And then, of course, you're relying on your defense anyway. Here's a unique note for you. The Aztecs have shut out 3 opponents this year, most in the nation. It's a ridiculous total, 3 shutouts in any one year.
That's really good.
Wyoming has shut out 2 opponents this year, which is a huge number as well. It's their most shutouts since 1966, including their last opponent, Colorado State. They shut out 28-0. So if you're heading to Snapdragon tomorrow expecting 52-48, it may not be. 52-48 with San Diego State and Wyoming tomorrow for homecoming.
Yeah.
This could be a slugfest.
I potentially, potentially. At this point in the season, like I'm not really looking at style points to just like pick up the wins, because you've already proven that you can score a bunch of points on offense and you can be really good on defense. And then if you put all together, this team is really good when they do that. When the defense is clicking, the offense, just look at that Nevada game. That to me is one of the most complete games I've seen from an Aztec football team in a while. Like that first half, that's probably one of the most dominant first halves I can remember since I've been here in San Diego for the last 15 plus years.
Leading 44-0 on the road
at halftime.
I don't know what the score at halftime was. It was 44-0 in the third quarter.
It was 34-0.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was.
You had a punt return for a touchdown, a pick six, and then your offense puts up
20 points.
20 points.
Yeah, it was a pretty impressive. No, you're right.
And Jay Denigal, I think he missed like 3 or 4 throws.
He was like 15 of 18.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I'll put it as simply as this. If the Aztecs run the table, they are or are not in the college football playoff. You didn't hear me. If the Aztecs run the table, they are or are not in the college football playoff.
Thinking. They run the table. I'll say they're in, because they beat Boise twice.
It'll be close. It'll be close.
It'll
be between them in that theory or theoretical and the champion of the American conference would be what it's down to.
We'll see how much weight. And now Boise has to be good too, because if Boise's good,
but how good are you if you've lost twice to San Diego State? They've already lost to Notre Dame in South Florida.
True.
So they'd have 4 losses. They're good
again,
but how good would they be?
First things first.
But we can
Mount West Conference title.
I agree with that. All right, let's get into SDFC on the other side, trying to advance tomorrow in Portland, a match you can hear on our sister station. We'll get into that coming up on the other side here until 6 p.m. Greg Camaro will join us coming up at 4. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, hey guys, it is Jon and Jim again for the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. The Players Place, and now open is the Hotel and Spa at Jamul. We've been telling you about it for a while now. The next level of luxury. You can treat yourself to a stunning new stay, rooftop relaxation, indulgent spa treatments, and all the thrills of Jamul Casino Resort, now all in one unforgettable destination.
Yeah, and savor San Diego's ultimate endless dining experience at Jamul 23. From their world-famous lobster brunch served every morning to the luxurious VIP endless dining experience each evening, indulgent chef-curated specialties, fresh seafood, prime cuts, and decadent desserts, all with stunning panoramic views.
You're going to love the spa. You can unwind in style, experience pure relaxation, indulgent treatments, serene spaces, and a retreat designed to refresh your body and mind only at Jamul. Learn more and book a treatment today at jamulcasino.com/spa. That's jamulcasino.com/spa at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place.
This update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Game 6 of the World Series tonight, 5 p.m. first pitch in Toronto. Blue Jays looking to close out the Dodgers and win their first World Series since 1993. Dodgers are looking to force a Game 7, which will be tomorrow night. Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays. Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Wyoming, 4 p.m. kickoff time for homecoming here at Snapdragon Stadium. Yeah, that can be heard right here on San Diego Sports 760. And SDFC taking on the Portland Timbers. Game 2 of their postseason quarterfinal series will be heard on our sister station, Jam 95.7. 6:30 is kickoff time in Portland. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
All right, Jon and Jim, Greg Camaro coming up. Former NFL receiver, now does Football Night in San Diego with our buddies Darnay Tripp and Rich Orenberger. He'll join us at 4 p.m. SDFC, the return of Chucky, expected this weekend off the bench in Portland, where SDFC will try to sweep a series and move on in the MLS postseason. Chucky did not appear. Chucky Lozano in their opening win over Portland 2-1 at Snapdragon Stadium. Jim, we could see him tomorrow in Portland with SDFC looking for a sweep and trying to move on. Then they'll have all this prep time to get ready for the Western Conference semifinals.
That's a pretty big weapon to have off your bench.
Yes, this would be like having a good bench as opposed to what we talked about with the Padres this year.
That is correct.
Right? He's not a bunter necessarily.
No, he is a home run hitter.
There you go.
He is a big playmaker.
And he definitely has been for them when he's been healthy or available.
Yeah, so if Chucky comes off the bench in like the 65th minute,
they're like, let's go.
It's go time.
Yeah.
Now, it would be nice if, SDFC kind of put away Portland early because you don't want to make this thing close at all.
No, I agree.
You want to finish them off tomorrow night. You do not want to have a decisive Game 3 at home. You want to make sure that you win tomorrow and you advance. And yes, there will be a good amount of time off before your next game, which would be the semifinals.
Yep.
But it's better to just win and move on than risk anything by having a decisive Game 3 back here at Snapdragon Stadium.
Completely. And what Tyler Heaps, the general manager of SDFC, told us, where if you are, tied, you go straight to penalty kicks. So, you'd really be incentivizing. If Portland draws it out to a third game, they would do everything in their power to draw the thing out for 90 minutes and then take their chances potentially with PKs. But listen, SDFC is in prime position because of what they did in the opener, and they're going to play tomorrow night. Tell our listeners again where they can listen.
So because we have San Diego State football on at 4 p.m., which will be heard right here on San Diego Sports 760, SDFC will be heard on our sister station, Jam 95.7 FM. And pregame starts over there at 6 p.m. with match day kicking off at 6:30. So yeah. It's going to be I don't know all the details, but if the Dodgers win tonight and go to a Game 7, I don't know who's calling SDFC tomorrow. I think it might just be Darren and
right. Because you're saying Adrian Garcia Marquez, he calls so much that includes
the Spanish
calling the World Series in Spanish
for the Dodgers. Yeah.
Dude, how is he doing that? And he's doing more than that, too. He's doing SDFC.
Chargers.
He does Chargers, and he's doing Spanish radio for the Dodgers.
It's a lot.
He makes me look like, I'm just
you're
sticking my feet up. And
you're soft.
He's got to do a radio show, though.
Yeah, you gotta test yourself here.
You got to do like a 20-hour radio show.
You need to do a god-awful long radio show, and then you need to then do all of your play-by-play obligations.
So he would call, let me get this straight, he would call Game 7 of the World Series over this SDFC match? He would call Game 7?
I don't know, John.
What time is Game 7?
It's impossible. It's tomorrow, like 5 o'clock. I don't know.
Well, if it's a 90-minute game.
He's in Toronto.
Oh, he's physically actually in Toronto.
I think so, yes. What do you think?
Well, I just know how some of this works now. Like
Doing it from his house, his basement?
Well, like a studio is what I was wondering. Because there's a lot of like studio work when teams are on the road now.
Yeah, I don't know, John.
Like SDFC's match. I'm asking a lot of questions. SDFC tomorrow. That would be broadcast from Portland, or would be broadcast remotely from here?
Remotely from here.
It's always been remotely from here.
Now, can you tell? Now,
World Series is at 5.
Do we pump in this? What does that sound like when
Why are you asking so many questions?
I'm just curious because I mean, are we pumping in the actual Nat sound?
I don't know. I don't work the broadcast, and Brent doesn't work the broadcast.
Who works the broadcast?
Marshall.
Get Marshall on.
No.
Anyway, you can listen tomorrow night to SDFC at 6:30, and you can listen tomorrow afternoon to San Diego State right here at 4 p.m.
Correct.
I'm not doing no Game 7.
You're not doing a Game 7 of a World Series.
I'm not. I'm literally not.
No,
you're saying if I was calling it?
If you had a conflict
between Game 7 of the World Series,
between San Diego State and Wyoming, or Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, I know you're choosing
Cowboys Aztecs.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's an interesting spot to be put in general.
My first question would be, what pays me more money?
No, you have to. To your point, it's Game 7 of the World Series. If your employer is one of the team, like you have to call the game. Imagine, for example, forget about the Dodgers for a second. Imagine if it's the Padres who have never won a World Series, and they're playing in a 7th game of the World Series.
You're doing Game 7.
You're not gonna be like, well,
no, you're doing Game 7.
My wife doesn't feel well. I mean, you're calling the game no matter come hell or high water.
Correct.
Right.
That Game 7 over everything else.
We talked about Ted maybe yesterday, Ted Leitner, who at one point was doing Aztecs, Chargers, Padres at the same time, and even back in the day was doing Clippers.
Yeah.
At one point, how did he make that work?
I have no idea.
Because I think there were examples, because when he was doing Aztecs football, for example, and it would be September, the Padres would be playing the Braves in Atlanta on a Friday night. He would call the Friday game. He would fly across the country like red eye or reverse red eye. He'd call like a San Diego State home game, and then he'd go like back to Atlanta for a Sunday game. I mean, that's insane.
That's psycho behavior right there.
I know.
My brain would be mush.
Your brain is mush.
It is, correct.
Your brain is mush.
My brain is mush. Hi, I'm Jim Russell. My brain is mush.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, SDFC looking to move on.
Do you have all the answers you needed or not? Because I'm guessing you don't.
I'm wondering, like, okay, I'm going to put myself right now in Darren's shoes, and maybe he's listening. If you're Darren,
we should text him.
No, but I mean, he's preparing probably to call the game then, right? As if he's doing the play-by-play, because if the Dodgers win tonight, he's doing the play-by-play. That's a lot of responsibility because you're preparing like you're doing play-by-play, but you're not sure if you're doing play-by-play.
I just asked.
And would he be solo then? Why don't you can join? What?
No.
You and D. It's a good idea.
All right. So I found out the question to your answer. Darren will be calling the game tomorrow.
Regardless, or only if the World Series goes 7 games? You don't have to ask. But he's calling the game. That's good. He's called a few games this year. He's called a few of them. So he'll be ready to rock and roll. But it's a lot. I feel like calling a soccer game solo is a lot. That's a lot of responsibility.
Especially SDFC because they like lead the league in passing.
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot of like, all right, just a lot of movement happening.
Like, to me, soccer as a solo broadcast is probably one of the more challenging sports. I would say football would be challenging. Like, you kind of rely heavily on your color announcer. I could see soccer being in there. I think baseball on the radio, typically you need a color announcer. It's not every team does it, but like, to me, soccer solo is hard. I think football solo is hard, but soccer is right there. Like that's not easy to call solo.
No, luckily though, in soccer, it's constant moving.
True. And there's a certain amount of time.
Yeah. It's a 2 hours, 45 minute first.
No extra time in this round.
No, there is extra time in this round.
No, there's not. That's what Tyler Heaps.
In the first half, there is.
Oh, no. Extra time being if you're tied after 90 minutes. I'm saying they won't extend the match out. They go right to penalty kicks once the match is over.
Yeah, but there's
extra time in every soccer match. I'm saying they don't then play an additional 30 minutes at the final whistle.
Right. It just goes to
penalty kicks.
Yeah.
But it's 2 hours is the point.
Yeah.
It's not 4 hours.
Yeah, in baseball, you need to have a lot of material because there's a lot of downtime.
Yeah, now it's changed even because of the pitch clock, but back in the day, you could run into like a 5-hour game. You really could. All right, so Greg Camaro is going to join us coming up at 4 p.m. We'll get into this weekend in the NFL. What played out? I have no idea what happened last night in the NFL.
Because you don't watch the NFL.
But I know that there were ramifications from it.
Here's the thing.
The Dolphins making all these changes. Greg's former team.
Here's the thing with last night that pissed me off. I completely forgot that Lamar Jackson was back, and he's on my bench in fantasy football.
Smart. Good job. That's really good.
And he goes out and he throws 4 touchdown passes. Ravens look like they potentially could be back at 3-5. The schedule kind of favors them going forward if they stay healthy. And then on the flip side, the Dolphins are an absolute dumpster fire.
I mean, the Ravens, not just the schedule, their division. They're like within a game of everyone, a game or a game and a half. So there's plenty of time for them to still win their division at 3-5. Lamar Jackson last night, 18 of 23 passing. You mentioned the 4 touchdowns, no picks, back and in a big way. Yeah, and the Dolphins is a complete train wreck. I mean, an absolute train. To lose at home.
Well, not only that, they dismissed their GM today. Mike McDaniel, they say he's going to coach out the rest of the year.
But he's gone.
But that to me means they don't want to make a change right now. They're just going to have him be the sacrificial lamb. He's going to finish off the season. And once the season ends, it's a clean house. The only other question is, what do they do with Tua? Do they take that cap hit? Do they move on from Tua? Or do they try to salvage this thing? Because they invested a lot of money in him, and it's not good.
Well, it's been terrible. I mean, it's been absolutely terrible.
It also doesn't help when your number 1 wide receiver
is out for
breaks his leg.
Yeah, that doesn't help. All right, Greg Camaro is going to join us coming up at 4 p.m. We're here until 6. We've got a giveaway for you as well. Stay with us, Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, the Aztecs back tomorrow night. We'll take on Wyoming for homecoming. Pre-game coverage at 2. Me and Rich have the call at 4 right here on your home for the Aztecs, San Diego Sports 760. We've reached the point in Bill Belichick's career. Greg Camaro, by the way, will join us at 4 p.m. We've reached the point in Bill Belichick's career where North Carolina can play Syracuse on a Friday night, and it's like if a tree falls in the forest. Does anyone even know that? North Carolina 2-5, 0-3 in the ACC against 3-5 Syracuse, 1-4 in the ACC tonight on ESPN, which you're not watching if you have YouTube TV. How many? I mean, has anyone like circled this? Like, oh man, North Carolina, Syracuse tonight. Let me make that popcorn settle in. My Halloween outfit.
I did not know that until you just told me.
No one
15
did.
seconds ago.
No one did. Your mic is on. That's where we are in the Bill Belichick tenure. North Carolina, Syracuse, Halloween. Nobody can watch it if you have YouTube TV. Nobody would watch it even if they didn't have YouTube TV.
What program is more relevant right now? North Carolina or Colorado?
Man, that is a good question. Man, the Colorado thing hit big for a moment, did it not? Deion was must watch.
100%.
Massive rating.
But right now, what program is more relevant that you just are like, wait, they're playing football?
UNC is way more irrelevant.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, Colorado still probably gets viewers. They haven't been as pathetic as North Carolina.
Colorado still gets, I think, actual fans that go to the games.
Yeah, they sell out their games.
But
they've been a train wreck.
Awful program. They got destroyed by Utah.
And 40-0 at the half.
It was one of the most lopsided first halves you'll ever see. They had negative 18 total yards in the first half. Minus 41 yards rushing.
I thought they were going to have running clock in the second half. That's how bad it was. I think Deion's done. Like, I would be shocked, absolutely floored if he was not gone. And by the way, his own volition, not because he's forced out, at his own volition at the end of the season. That would shock me.
I think he missed his opportunity to coach at like a Florida State or like a Miami or something because he's not. I'm not hiring Deion.
This, I think people would hire him. I just think he might just be done. He's had all of these health scares.
Yeah.
I mean, I think his life was in jeopardy this offseason, is what it sounded like. He's had surgeries in season. I just think that now that his sons are through college and he's no longer coaching them, I just think he's going to be done with it. I don't think he needs it at all. And it was an amazing moment in time. There was that moment in time, Sean Lewis is his offensive coordinator, and they played TCU and Colorado State game. They went to double or triple overtime. They're doing like 10 million viewers for some of those games.
Blenders jumps on the
massive
time. College game day. You had The Rock there wearing blenders.
That didn't happen with North Carolina. There was that opener this year that people had their eyes on, and they got blown out.
Yep.
And that was it.
Because first impressions are everything. And especially like in sports with all the hype, you can't have all this hype leading into a year and then fall flat on your face.
Start 0-3.
Home opener, or at least just the opener of your season. If you want people to continue to watch you, you need the hype to like hit right away. And, last year with Sean Lewis, San Diego State, there was hype and it didn't hit. Now that's kind of expected. It's hard to completely change around a program in year one. And now you're starting to see things actually hit. And I do think that it is a steady climb, but first impressions for some people are everything. It's just not fair. It's not fair to base your entire opinion off of you watching a program or watching a team for just one time. You have to watch the ride. But I do think that the Deion thing, first impression was TCU. It hit big, and then it
hit big because they won
Nebraska.
They beat Colorado State.
That was one of the crazier games I can remember in recent memory. Like
it was insane.
Like 4 overtime game or 5 overtime game. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think it was 3 overtimes. But the TCU win was massive because TCU was in the national championship the year before. And you're on the road. Right. Colorado went 2-10 or 1-11 the year before Deion. And they went on the road at TCU. Like nobody expected that. That was just shocking result. But here we are 2 years later and kind of the wheels have fallen off. Colorado
falling off big time.
And then North Carolina, same thing. I'd be surprised if either were back, Belichick or Deion, in 2026.
Who goes first? Or are they both gone at the same time?
I don't think either leave mid-year at this point. We've seen so many firings or changes. I feel like it's kind of late to make the change now? I think they're both gone at the end of the year.
Yeah, if they were going to be gone, there would have been a move by now, you think?
I would think that. I think if they're going to be gone, they're going to choose to be gone. Like I could see Belichick just walking in and being like, I'm done with it. Or I could see Dion saying the same thing. And I think we're getting close to that. If you think about it, teams that don't have bowl games, their season ends like in November. They'll be done in like 30 days.
I think no shot Belichick is the coach next year of North Carolina.
There isn't.
I think there is a slight chance that Dion is the coach of Colorado. But yeah, I would say that of the two, I think Bill is like close to 100% gone after this season. You can't, you do not want to try to continue this. It's just an S show. Just leave.
Do you think will he coach again ever? Like NFL, college, coordinator,
No.
front office?
I don't think so.
I think he's done.
I think he's done.
And with Dion, I kind of think that this ends up being his last job. I do think, to your point, a year ago, people would have linked him to all these quote unquote like high major jobs, like higher than Colorado. But now, like a year later, it's like because of his health, because of the way his team is performing, I don't know. Are you having a year like this and getting the Penn State job? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Didn't he have like a bunch of highly rated recruits too come there?
He's had huge recruiting classes. It just hasn't necessarily panned out. Did you see this story as if the NBA didn't have its own, like enough issues with the belief that their games are fixed? NBA referees will begin wearing headsets this weekend. NBA referees will wear headsets on court beginning this weekend.
Oh, that won't
Like,
cause
doesn't
any
that sound
problems.
like the game is fixed if you're wearing a headset
Why are they
during
wearing a
the
headset?
game? Starting Saturday, NBA referees will begin using headsets during regular season games for the first time. It's a two-phase plan. The first is only for instant replay reviews and other stoppages, but not during live play. But in the second phase, referees will wear earpieces throughout the game, including during live play, and be able to communicate directly with the replay center and each other. They can communicate with each other on headset throughout the game.
That's interesting.
Ooh. I mean, that to me is opening up this can of worms that people are going to think like NBA told him to call that foul there.
Yeah, and especially during a time where you're dealing with a major off-court scandal and on-court scandal with Terry Rozier, and then you got Chauncey Billups,
right?
And Tyronn Lue's linked to this whole thing as well.
There's all these tentacles.
I know that Pablo Torre has done all the investigative journalism to tie and link a bunch of different NBA players and coaches to whatever's happening with Chauncey Billups. I just haven't kept up on it because it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But that story's sure as hell not done. And that has to do directly with gambling. And the refs this year are calling more fouls than ever. Like, you're seeing guys shoot 20 to 30 free throws in a game. Like,
you're saying players,
like
not teams.
One player shooting 20 plus free throws in a game. That is ridiculous.
It's also not entertaining.
No. But the thing is, these players, they know how to go out there and draw fouls.
They do.
And a lot of times you see these players, they're not even playing basketball. They're going out and they're looking to get fouled.
Right.
And it's that right there is just like, dude, that's not a good product.
It's not.
It's just not. I mean,
you think it gets fixed with the referees on headset?
Yeah.
That'll solve it.
Probably not. Probably not.
It's just it's kind of a weird visual because anytime you have a headset on,
dude, I know.
There's this belief that you can be communicating. And like, who are you communicating with?
I'm sure they're like going to have this thing buttoned up.
I would hope so.
I hope they do.
Like, you're not talking to like Terry Rozier on the other side, right? Like, or whomever else. All right. On the other side, Greg Camaro, the former NFL receiver, his thoughts on the mess in Miami, his former team, plus looking ahead to this weekend in the NFL. We've got a giveaway for you in the 4:00 hour. Padres, will you do something related to your next manager?
Do something.
Or not? They haven't done anything. Greg Camaro, Football Night in San Diego, former NFL receiver, will join us next. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, so today is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Game 6 of the World Series in about an hour from now in Toronto. Blue Jays and Dodgers. Blue Jays are looking to finish off the Dodgers and win their first World Series since 1993. Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays against Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Wyoming. 4 p.m. kickoff time. You can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760, as like we've been telling you all week long. SDFC and Portland, game 2 of their quarterfinals MLS Cup series in the postseason will be on our sister station, Jammin' 95.7. 6 p.m. is when pregame coverage starts. 6:30 is when match day kicks off. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
All right, hour 3, Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. The NFL week is underway, and always great to connect with Greg Camaro. Played in the NFL, spent a good amount of time with the Miami Dolphins, who have become a bit of a talking point here today. Of course, you can catch them as well on Football Night in San Diego. So, Greg, we always appreciate it. Let's just start with your former team, the Dolphins. They make the GM change, all kinds of questions moving forward. Where do they go? I mean, is Mike McDaniel, in your opinion, going to be back in 2026? And what type of changes are on the horizon for the Dolphins?
Yeah, they look terrible. And I was on a similarly terrible Dolphins team. We went 1-15, and then they blew everything up. New GM, new coach, new players, new everything. So my advice to those Dolphins guys is just go have some fun in South Beach while you're still in South Beach, because change is coming. So they mutually parted ways with Chris Greer, their GM, who's been in the organization for 26 years. So all that tells me is that they're trying to find something new, and the owner and the GM didn't necessarily agree on the direction that they wanted to go. And it doesn't, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And it's before the trade deadline. So if you're going to let a new GM start making some moves, now's the time to start making those moves. It is interesting that it's a GM and not a head coach. And so what that tells me from an outsider looking in is that the guys still believe in their coach. Because if you lose the locker room, it is super obvious, and that's when a coach gets fired. So my thought is that the team still believes in Mike McDaniel as a head coach. And we'll see if, how hard they play, if they can win any games, but there's going to be some big changes coming in Miami soon.
Last night, Lamar returned for the Ravens through 4 touchdown passes. It was the Dolphins, so it's hard to say, oh, they're back on track. But you look at their schedule here, Greg, and you got the Vikings next week. J.J. McCarthy, we don't really know if he's a good quarterback or not. They're 3-4, right. The Vikings. The Browns, the Jets, play the Bengals 2 more times. Do you feel like, if healthy, Ravens potentially could right the ship here, mainly because their schedule and Lamar's back?
Totally. I feel like they can get back in the mix. I also looked at the schedule going forward to see who they were playing, but also looked back to see, how did the Ravens get to this point where they're playing Miami on a Thursday night and both teams have 2 wins, and one team is clearly bad. That's Miami. And then the Ravens were still questioning, and it kind of explains the situation. In their first few games, they played the Bills, lost by 1 point at the end. I believe it was a Derrick Henry fumble. They beat the Browns, which was obviously any team should at this point, this era of the NFL. And then they lost to the Lions and the Chiefs. So these were 3 out of their 4 first games were really good teams that we are going to see in the playoffs, teams that we might see deep in the playoffs. And they were close in those games and just didn't make it through the gauntlet. And then Lamar Jackson gets hurt, and then they look bad. Lamar's back. Anytime you have Lamar, you've got a shot. The one question mark is their defense. They're not playing the stereotypical Ravens defense that we've seen since Ray Lewis. But, it's Lamar's job as a former MVP to overcome that and put up more points. So they are a dangerous team. I think they've still got a shot. And like you mentioned, they're not playing that same type of tough teams going forward.
Greg Camaro with us right now on Jon and Jim, Football Night in San Diego. Of course, the former NFL receiver as well. So we learned today Travis Hunter officially going to the IR. What do you make to the start of his season as a two-way player? Just looking at the sheer numbers, 298 receiving yards and a touchdown. He's played 36% of the team's defensive snaps. I think he has something like 13 or 14 tackles on the year. What do you make of the starts of the career for Travis Hunter?
It's proving the doubters correct at this point. And I got to say, I was one of those doubters. And I'm not saying he can't change the future of his career, but it is incredibly hard to play two positions in college, and he did an amazing job at that. It's way harder to play two positions at the pro level. As a wide receiver, you literally spend all day in meetings learning the ins and outs of the offensive plays, what the quarterback's expecting, what your footwork needs to look like, what your timing needs to look like, while DBs are doing the same thing in a meeting room all day, learning defensive formations, learning the routes of the team they're going to play against, learning what other players are doing, how do they adjust to that. So it will take a lot of time to master those two positions. He absolutely has the talent to do it, but then there's also this component of, if you're playing on both sides of the ball, you're almost doubling your chance of getting hurt. And it's hard to make it through an NFL season playing one position. So, I worry about his future of playing two positions. If there's anyone that can do it, he's the guy, because that guy is incredibly talented. I would think they would lean towards the direction of, let's utilize him on defense, and then when we need a play, put him in on offense and use his explosive as a returner, or let's get a little reverse or a deep ball. It'd be more limited on offense because it's more important to have a strong cornerback than it is to have a strong receiver.
So the game of the weekend, Bills and Chiefs in Buffalo. Chiefs have definitely shown that they're still the Chiefs of late. Their offense is healthier. Josh Allen is still Josh Allen. Now, this is on the road for Kansas City, but it just feels like here, and tell me if you agree, the Chiefs are becoming the Chiefs again. And if they go to Buffalo and they beat the Bills, it kind of just another reminder, like, oh, here we go again type of feel. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yes, and I feel like we've seen this episode before. I think it's almost an annual thing that we get these two teams in the regular season, and then we get a different version of these two teams in the playoffs. And Josh Allen owns the victories in the regular season, and then Patrick Mahomes obviously owns the most important victories, is when they see each other in January. It's a similar story. These two teams, they're going to be in the playoffs. The Chiefs have figured it out a month ago. They were not looking like a good football team, but they've got some guys back. They've figured it out. The interesting thing about their matchup this year is this is the first time neither of them are in first place in their division. And it's weird to see the Bills and the Chiefs looking up at other people. The Chiefs are looking at the Chargers and the Broncos in front of them. The Bills are looking at the Patriots. It probably won't end up that way, but it's unique for now. The Chiefs are the only team that are in the top 5 for offense and defense, whereas the Bills, they're doing good on offense, struggling on defense. And so it's the same old thing with the Chiefs. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be good. They're the team to beat, but it's fun for us to get that midseason matchup. And this is more of a test to me of where the Bills are than it is where the Chiefs are, because we've seen them the last couple weeks. But can Josh Allen turn it on? And this is the week to do it and prove that they're ready to compete.
Interesting you say that. So looking at the AFC West, who is the third place finisher going to be in the division? When you look at the Chiefs and the Chargers and the Broncos right now are in first place at 6-2. Then you have both the Chargers and the Chiefs at 5-3. Who's the third best team in the division?
I think it's got to be the Chargers, and it's because of injuries. Bo Nix and the Broncos are playing great football. It's fun to watch Bo Nix develop as a quarterback. This last week, he threw some of the most impressive touchdowns on pure accuracy. Like the receivers, there was one deep ball in the back left corner of the end zone. The receiver didn't necessarily run a great route, left the quarterback maybe a yard or two from the sideline of space to drop it in there, which is, as a receiver at practice, they have this thing called the red line painted on the field that's 6 yards from the sideline. You want to run your go route 6 yards from the sideline. to give the quarterback space to drop it on the outside. This receiver left about 2 feet, and Bo Nix dropped it exactly into those 2 feet. It was beautiful. So they're playing great football and playing great defense. The Chiefs, I think, will end up as the number one, and then the Chargers. They show us these hot flashes. They look great, and then people are injured. And we saw last week, I think the last 2 weeks, the importance of Joe Alt and him making a comeback. When he gets back out there, Justin Herbert has time. The run game is moving with a third running back, and they get Khalil Mack back. Their defense is rolling. When they were missing Mack and Alt, it was bad. It looked like a bad football team. And so I think that's what keeps them in third place. But all three of those teams are good. They can, if they sneak into the playoffs, they will find a way to beat someone. I just think the Chargers are the third out of the Chiefs and the Broncos.
Would you say, and would you agree, if I told you this, Drake May's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now? Would you agree with that or no?
Oh, isn't that wild? Oh, no. I don't think so. But, I mean, he's been playing some great football. It's wild to even have that conversation. But, the Patriots have turned it around. They're in first place in their division. And a lot of that has to do with Drake May. And so it's impressive, but it's hard to say that. Top 5, yeah, that's a tough one. But
top 10?
I'm impressed.
Top 10? Top 10 right now?
Sure, let's throw them in the top 10.
Okay, all right.
Top 10 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Really is. I asked you about the AFC West. What about the NFC West, which is also tightly contested? Seahawks and Rams are 5-2. Niners are 5-3. How do you think that finishes up?
The Seahawks look great. They got a top 10 defense. Sam Darnold is proving his worth wherever he ends up. He said, I'll be with the Vikings. No problem. I'll handle business there. Ship me to the Seahawks. No problem. I'll handle business there. They are a well-rounded team. Jackson Smith-Njigba, I think, is leading all wide receivers. He's outstanding. The 49ers is kind of like the Chargers. When they're healthy, things look great. They feel great. You look at their roster and say this will work out, but they keep getting hurt. In losing San Diego's Fred Warner, that is a huge loss for them. They lost Bosa earlier. Kittle just came back. Like, they're just missing these key components along the way. They're going to lean heavy on Christian McCaffrey. And he's proven he can do it, but is also, when you lean on somebody that late, I think he's probably around 30 years old as a running back, people can get hurt. And so, the Rams, they're the best team in that division. Sean McVay said at the beginning of the year, this is my best roster that I've had, which sticks with me every week. And then they perform. They've got the old man Devontae Adams playing outstanding football. And the Rams are the best team in that division, but very impressed with the Seahawks as well.
Greg, always appreciate you taking time for us. So looking forward to this weekend in the NFL. Of course, you can catch him on football night in San Diego after Sunday Night Football each and every week. And we'll do it again next week. Thanks for hopping on, man.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Great stuff. Greg Camaro, again, the former NFL wide receiver. We'll get to the wrap on the other side. We're giving away Bryan Adams tickets. We'll do that in the 4 o'clock hour as well. We're here until 6. This is Jon and Jim. All right, hey guys, it is Schaefer again. And as I've been telling you, there's no better time than now to get down to your local Toyota dealer. They've got new vehicles arriving each and every day, including the most popular cars, trucks. We'll tell you more about the trucks in a moment, and SUVs. So whatever kind of vehicle you're looking for, you can hurry into your Toyota dealer today because it is Trucktober right now at your Toyota dealer. Your best time to get into a new Toyota truck. They've got the largest inventory of Tacomas and Tundras ready to roll. The Tacoma is known for its legendary toughness, off-road capability, And everyday efficiency, perfect for weekend adventures or just tackling your to-do list. And the Tundra brings serious power, impressive towing capacity, and bold design, plus the latest tech and comfort features. Whether you need a truck that's built for the trails or built for work or built for your family's next adventure, Toyota's got you covered. This Trucktober, we make it easy. See your Toyota dealer today. All right, spooky season is back on the iHeartRadio app. Get into the Halloween spirit and stream all your favorite eerie hits, haunted classics, and chilling playlists. Totally commercial free. Whether you're throwing a monster mash or just love a good scare, iHeartRadio is the perfect soundtrack for your spooky season. Listen now if you dare. Open the free iHeartRadio app and search Halloween.
I don't know what I did there.
I don't know either. But after Halloween, like once Halloween is over, I don't know if I'm doing the spooky playlist in November. I think my playlist is maybe transitioning to the Christmas playlist. Is there a Thanksgiving playlist?
No, there are some psychos out there that after tonight,
they go right to it.
Is right to Christmas.
They go right to it. I know.
Christmas tree, Christmas lights, boom.
Absolutely. I think it's early.
Just skip Thanksgiving, which I think is utter blasphemy.
Yep.
You have to celebrate and enjoy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a huge holiday.
It's a very good holiday. It is. I agree.
Love
you got the sports, you got the food. Now, again, am I a turkey guy? No, not necessarily, but I do like Thanksgiving a lot. And the thing is, you have plenty of time to get ready for Christmas, even if you start after Thanksgiving. It's not like Christmas is the next day. You've got a full month to get ready for Christmas. So, yeah, Thanksgiving is coming, is the point. And so is Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, actually, hold on.
What do you got?
So,
a way to bury the lead.
I went to tops.com.
Jeez.
I know.
And I got, look at this. This is $50.
Oh, that's your advent calendar.
This is the, yeah. I
thought that was a really
card.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was a really big thing of cards.
I got you. This is the way to get your son addicted to sports cards, which is what I was hoping to do.
You bought this for yourself.
Yeah, but it's really for him. Because in this advent calendar, you have 24 packs of cards. So you get to open a pack every single day.
That's cool.
In December. And I feel like by the end of that, you're fully addicted to collecting cards. So
Let me see this thing.
I think this thing is really cool.
Let me see this. No, let me hold it. I need to
Weighs
see.
a lot.
Wow.
It just got devalued by like $40.
Yeah. So
Why not open it?
I'm not gonna open it. I just want to see.
I know it was a joke because Jim touched it.
Includes 24 holiday packs. Case exclusives. Plaid parallels.
It's like a holiday themed NBA set from Topps, which just got the NBA license back.
Has he ever done like an advent calendar before?
Yeah, we normally do it with like sweets. Like
Okay.
you open up a door and there'd be like one piece of chocolate.
Yeah, I think he'll like this. Then.
Yeah, he should like it. I mean, I think I would like it, truthfully.
Well, if he doesn't like it, I guess you'll be the
He'll
fallback
like it.
plan.
And the thing with
Someone will
6-year-olds
like it.
The thing with 6-year-olds is they love presents. I mean, I could get them like
Are you gonna wrap that
if
up? or
it's
just give it
wrapped.
to him?
If it's wrapped up and there was like dirt inside, I'd be like, that's pretty cool.
Now, when are you giving it to him? Because
December 1st.
okay, because I was gonna say if you give it to him before the
No.
countdown begins, that thing's not standing a chance.
No, I agree. No, it'll be December 1st. And he's into the thing where it's like one a day. Because the issue with an advent calendar is if you wanted to really you could just do it all in one day. But nobody wants to do that. So Christmas, man. Nothing really like it when you have a kid. Seriously. And honestly, I say that and every year I'm like, oh, it's going to be so great. And then they open all the presents up and like it becomes such a process. You got to put the toys together and everyone's crying. It sounds so good in your head. Then you get to the actual day and everyone's always crying. All right, we'll get to the wrap coming up at 4:30. We're getting you ready again for San Diego State football, SDFC, Padres manager. I don't even know what to say here on the Padres manager search because Kevin reported a couple of days ago that this would come to an end this week. Does that mean Sunday? It's coming to an end because it's not going to be today. So does that mean Sunday? He reported it was going to come to an end this week. Well, this week's basically done.
Or does the weekend on Sunday?
But even if it does, I mean, I guess we're basically putting all our eggs now in the Sunday basket that they're going to announce this at some point in the next 2 days. Does it feel like this is being announced in the next 2 days?
If the
Been very
World
quiet.
Series ends tonight, which we're all crossing our fingers for, I feel like we're getting something this weekend.
Yeah. Even if it ends tomorrow night.
Whenever. I feel
Yes.
like we're getting something soon.
I hope so, dude. I really do. I don't want this to drag out any longer. GM meetings are in a week in Las Vegas. Winter meetings are in a month in Orlando. I'd like resolution on it so we could talk about free agency, winter meetings, all that. And it's coming, obviously. You know, there'll be finalities soon, but I hope it happens this weekend. I hope we can talk about it Monday.
Do you think we will be surprised?
Man, that's such a good question. I don't know. Will we be surprised if it's any of the 4 candidates we've been discussing?
I'm just saying, do you think we'll be surprised by whoever they hire?
Well, is it surprising if it's Ryan Flaherty?
I think it would be I think that would be surprising. I think it would. Surprising from the standpoint that it'd be surprising because of the other names that were mentioned. And it's like, of course they hired Ryan Flaherty.
Mm-hmm.
Of course AJ Preller hired Flaherty when we all know that he wanted to hire Flaherty after Bob Melvin left for San Francisco.
Might tell you about about the power structure in the organization.
That's a good point because if he does get Flaherty, that's a clear AJ Preller
Feather in
hire.
his cap. And if they do get Flaherty, that probably leads you down the path, and they might announce it, that AJ Preller obviously is going to be here beyond 2026. Because it's his pick. And if it's his pick, I'd be led to believe that he's got more power within the organization. You're not just letting him have carte blanche. You make the selection and you're under contract for 1 year. That's a bigger story to me.
My guess is that when they announce a manager or whenever Kevin has this article, which is probably ready to go. Kevin has the article ready to go. It's just copy and paste with whoever the manager is and then put in some quotes, right? He has an article ready for Hundley. He has an article ready for Niebla. He has one ready for Pujols and Flaherty. That's my guess. And whenever that happens, part of that article will also be AJ Preller
Gets the extension.
signs a 1 or 2 year extension.
Yeah, that to me is actually more interesting.
It is.
Because these 4 names we've been talking about, I don't think any of the 4 I would call surprising at this point. If they hire Ryan Flaherty, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, the writing's actually been on the wall for 2 years.
Yeah.
Is that as a
It will
possibility?
just be, like I said, It'll be the most vanilla hire possible. Like,
do you think Nick Hundley is less vanilla?
Good question.
Or I don't. To me, he's not.
I think Nick Hundley's more intriguing because I don't know. He's just more intriguing to me.
Because he's worked in front office, maybe?
Because he's from outside the organization, even though he did play with the Padres. He's outside the organization. I said this the other day. I think getting somebody from outside the organization to come here and shake things up a little bit in a good way, instead of like bringing back Ryan Flaherty
yeah, I agree.
I mean, promoting Ruben Niebla, I wouldn't have a problem with either. I don't think many people would.
Right.
It would come off to me as like a safe hire because you're essentially doing it because you don't want to lose Ruben Niebla.
That's what it would seem like.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The biggest risk though is Albert. It's weird. I can't say Albert without saying Albert Pujols. Right?
You can't say Albert?
No, I can say Albert.
But you feel like you have to say Pujols.
You have to say Pujols with Albert.
Yeah,
you have to always say Albert Pujols. You can't say just Albert.
I know, it's so weird.
You say Pujols.
But you can't say Albert.
You can't say Albert.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, the wrap on the other side. We're here until 6 p.m. We've got a giveaway for you coming up over the next 30 minutes as well. Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760 live on the iHeartRadio app.
This update's brought to you by Progressive Insurance. We're about 30 minutes away from first pitch in Toronto, Game 6 of the World Series. Blue Jays looking to finish off the Dodgers and win their first World Series since 1993. Of course, the Dodgers are looking to force a Game 7. Kevin Gausman on the mound. The Blue Jays against Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Doyers. Aztecs football tomorrow night. San Diego State versus Wyoming for homecoming night. 4 p.m. kickoff. 2 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. And SDFC takes on the Portland Timbers in Game 2 of their postseason quarterfinals series tomorrow night in Portland. It's going to be heard on our sister station, Jim and 95.7. Pregame over there starts at 6 p.m. with match day kicking off at 6:30. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
All right, Jon and Jim, here until 6 p.m. We'll give away some tickets in about 15 minutes. We've got tickets to see Bryan Adams coming up at Viejas Arena on November 16th in about 2 weeks. The Roll with the Punches tour. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. We'll give those tickets away coming up at 4:45 or so. And then next hour, if you miss Greg Camaro on this weekend in the NFL, you'll hear that conversation coming up at 5:30. But right now, let's get to this.
It's time for the wrap. Presented by Sombrero Mexican Food. Check out their website at sombreromex.com.
Will the World Series end tonight?
Not if Yoshinobu Yamamoto can pitch another complete game.
Not if the Dodgers win.
No, yeah. If the Dodgers win, then it's going to Game 7 tomorrow night. Game 6 tonight, Game 7 tomorrow.
Wow. Has Magic Johnson tweeted about it?
That is a great question.
I would think he would at some point.
Like tonight is a must-win game for the Dodgers.
Let's say that. Here we go, Dodger Nation. 2 hours ago. Good luck to our boys in blue tonight as we try to even it up and send this incredible series in capital letters, to a Game 7. Love that. Insightful.
I honestly have no idea. If the Dodgers won this series, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, because they are the heavy favorites. They have the biggest payroll. You know, you got Yamamoto tonight, and who knows with tomorrow. They got the MVP of the league on their team in the National League, and Ohtani. They have 3 former MVPs in the lineup. They should win tonight, and they should win this series. And if they don't, it's an utter failure for that franchise.
What's the line tonight? So let's see. Game 6. They are Dodgers minus 130 tonight behind Yamamoto on the road. So Dodgers are a favorite, kind of a slight favorite tonight on the road. Yamamoto's postseason 3-1 and 157, including that performance in Game 2. So yeah, this is going to be tough. Kevin Gausman's been great, but Yamamoto's been better.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I can tell you one thing though, is that the atmosphere at the Rogers Center will be electric.
Is it a sellout tonight?
Yeah, I think it's a sellout, John.
Unlike Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, no, Dodger Stadium, that was not a sellout.
Did you see the tweet? They're like, the Dodgers will consider bringing back cardboard cutouts from 2020 in an effort to fill the seats.
Yeah. I like how
they won't show up till the 3rd.
Yeah, I like how they claim that all 3 games were sellouts at Dodger Stadium. That's a lie.
Paid,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Butts in seats? No, not even close. The atmosphere sucks at Dodger Stadium.
Next question.
The place is a dump.
Who will be the World Series favorite in 2026?
That would be the Dodgers, because if they lose, then they'll be desperate once again, and they have all this money, so they'll go out and they'll get like a Kyle Tucker, which they are linked to, or like a Kyle Schwarber or somebody, because, you know, when in doubt, try to buy a World Series. That's what the Dodgers are going to do.
Well, they'll be favored without doing anything.
That too.
Win or lose, they'll be the favorite. If they win the World Series, of course, they're the favorite. If they lose the World Series, they're the favorite. Certainly, the Toronto Blue Jays will not be favored to win the World Series in 2026, nor should they be. It's LA. Regardless of what happens today or tomorrow, the LA Dodgers will be a favorite to win the World Series. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but they'll be the favorite to win the World Series in 2026. Next question.
Who will the Padres hire?
Manager.
The everyday question.
They'll hire a manager.
Who?
Somebody that manages the team.
You're not going to put your career on it?
A human being. Yeah, I'll say. I'll go with my head on this one. Ryan Flaherty.
I'll go with my heart on this one. Albert Pujols.
Okay.
Which means it'll be Craig Albertez Jr.
Yeah, it'll be Brian Esposito.
Exactly. I'm hoping for Pujols. Flaherty sounds probably more likely, but I'm hoping for Pujols.
Would anything surprise you?
Yes.
Of the 4 names, though?
No.
Okay.
None of them. No, those wouldn't surprise me. But yes, there are things that would surprise me, like if they hired
I agree.
Tim Leeper, who's managed before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some things that could be surprising, but not those 4 names. That's not surprising. Next question.
Guys, screw Halloween. Are you watching the NBA Cup tonight?
We have completely buried the
Wow. There's there's a full slate. It's like 10 games tonight.
Not the best schedule.
Not the best 10 games.
Not the best.
Tons of games.
By the way, how do you, the division that the Warriors are in or whatever group, sorry. Come on. That is the definition of group of death.
It is a group of death.
I don't think Portland's making it out of that group. That's just my guess.
I don't even know how you make it out of these groups, but
Warriors, Nuggets, Rockets, Spurs.
Yeah.
And then Blazers.
So tonight there are 8 NBA Cup games.
Knicks Bulls.
Including Knicks Bulls. And we've got 2 games underway. Pacers,
Lakers,
Hawks,
Grizz.
and Sixers, Celtics.
Suns, Jazz. Pelicans, Clips.
The issue I have with it, like when I try to summarize it, the issue I have with it is how would anyone know that this is different than anything else? Because the court is colorful?
Sure.
So nothing is really changing. The winner of this game gets a regular season win. The loser of this game gets a regular season loss. Like nothing about it to me is overly compelling. I don't think there's a fan base out there that's like, I want to hang a banner this November.
The Lakers did.
I know they were forced to.
LeBron is very proud of it.
Who won last year?
Was it the Pacers? No,
OKC lost because it was in the documentary. Who did they lose to? OKC lost because it was in Netflix.
The Bucks won last year.
The Bucks beat OKC in November last year. Yeah. Is it right? So you don't even remember it.
It's the dumbest thing.
It's very forced.
That the NBA is trying to do. It is so ridiculous.
Like compared to the WBC, for example. Like I feel like the people actually care about the WBC. I don't necessarily,
because we know it doesn't count. But this is like they're trying to make it count. They're trying to. It's like stop trying to make fetch a thing. It's not going to be a thing.
Not a thing.
But that would be like making the WBC just Mariners and the Padres are going to play, but we're going to call it the WBC. That's what the NBA's doing.
That's a good point.
There's not like nationalized teams or whatever to where it's just going to be like the Olympics.
You know what excites me more that they've been talking about is NBA Europe.
Why?
I am really, I like new things. The NBA is within months of announcing NBA Europe.
What is that?
They're going to take European clubs and or create new European clubs and rebrand them under like an NBA umbrella. They're not NBA teams, but there's going to be like a club in Greece and a team in, I'm making up, London and Brussels. And it's going to be like NBA Europe. And I don't know if it's a pipeline to the NBA or it's just branded with the NBA. That to me is way more intriguing than like Bucks Knicks NBA Cup game.
To be honest with you right now, your sports theme park idea is a better idea than whatever the hell you just told me.
Well, that's because it's a good idea.
It's not. Neither are good. But I'm just telling you, whatever your sports theme park idea is better than whatever the hell you just told me about NBA Europe.
Is my sports theme park a better idea than the NBA Cup?
Yeah.
You haven't seen this story? Silver says new European League could start in 2027.
It's not something that's been on my radar, John.
You need to get out more.
It's not like, oh man, hey babe, did you hear about NBA Europe?
Like, before you take Bentley out this morning, I need to talk to you about something.
Yeah, what?
1 in 6.
Like laying in bed. Hey baby, did you hear about NBA Europe?
1 in 6 current NBA players is European.
Yeah, it's an international game.
Some of the best players are international. I could argue the top 5 players in the NBA are all international.
Okay, argue it.
Okay, Wemby, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Shea. There you go.
Shea's Canadian.
It still counts, John.
You knew that?
Yes, I did.
No, that's a good point. You'd put all 5 of those over any American-born player right now. Anthony Edwards, LeBron James.
Yeah. Now, if you told me like LeBron,
right, 12 years ago,
10 years ago, and Steph, 5 years ago, then yeah, you got Steph, KD, LeBron. But now,
how do you disrespect Steph like that?
Steph's still great, but he's not a top 5 player in the sport.
Where's he from?
He's the top. What do you mean? Where's he from?
Where was he born?
He was born in Akron, Ohio.
Steph is from Akron?
Yeah. I think they were born. He's born in the same hospital as LeBron.
Same day?
No, John.
I didn't know that. I had no idea of that.
Yep.
Have you been to the hospital?
Yeah, I went to the room is like a museum.
It should be. That's ridiculous. He was born seriously in the same hospital?
I think so.
That's pretty wild.
But I know for a fact he was born in Akron.
I didn't realize that. Yeah. That's pretty fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Crazy,
okay.
Right?
Yeah. That is very crazy.
That town produced LeBron and Steph.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I know.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, we're giving away tickets. We have Brian Adams tickets to give away. If you missed Greg Camaro, the former NFL receiver, he's getting us ready for the weekend in the NFL, and you'll hear a conversation coming up at 5:30. This is Jon and Jim. Stay with us. All right, guys, it is Schaefer again. And as I've been telling you, no better time than now to get down to your local Toyota dealer. They've got those new vehicles arriving each and every day, including their most popular cars and trucks and SUVs. So whatever kind of vehicle you are looking for, you can hurry into your Toyota dealer today. Get there this October, which ends today. Trucktober going on right now at your Toyota dealer. Your best time to get into a new Toyota truck. They've got the largest inventory, Tacomas and Tundras ready to roll. The Tacoma is known for its legendary toughness, off-road capability, and everyday efficiency, and perfect for weekend adventures or just tackling your to-do list. And the Tundra brings serious power, impressive towing capacity, and bold design, plus the latest tech and comfort features. Whether you need a truck that's built for the trails, built for work, or built for your family's next adventure, Toyota's got you covered this Trucktober. We make it easy. See your Toyota dealer today. All right, San Diego Sports 760 congratulates all our $5,000 winners in iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. There's still time for you to nominate a public school teacher making a difference, and maybe they'll be one of our next winners of $5,000 to make over their classroom. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Nominate your favorite teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers. We are minutes away from Game 6, not 7, but Game 6 of the World Series, Rogers Center, Toronto, Canada. Magic Johnson would call it a big one, and it is tonight in 20 minutes with Joe Davis on the call.
If the Blue Jays win tonight, do they win the World Series? Serious question.
They do.
Wow.
Something they have not done. Now, when's the last Canadian franchise to win a championship of an American sport in the Big Four?
I know when.
Don't tell me.
Don't say anything, bro.
Don't tell me. So, NBA Raptors 2019.
There you go.
It's funny. I was going through the sports and I was going to say no chance NBA, but then I remember the Raptors. Grizzlies left whenever. Raptors, I'm trying to think of the other sports. Baseball, there's the one team. Toronto's last was in 93. Football, sorry, you don't have any teams.
Don't have football. NHL, been a long time.
And they have 8 or 9 teams, and their last champion was the Canadiens in I don't even know when, forever ago. 30 plus years ago.
Yeah.
So the last Canadian champion in the Big Four, the Raptors, that's not that long ago, 2019.
Yeah.
Toronto's got some, so let's think about it. What's crazy is the team they're most proud of is the Maple Leafs, and they obviously haven't won it forever.
Yeah.
But they've got a Raptors title. They have Blue Jays 92, 93, and we'll see if they can get another one here any minute now.
The Joe Carter walk-off was in Game 6.
Game 6.
In Toronto.
6, not 7.
And it was in Toronto. That's a good point.
It was in Toronto. Yeah. By the way, so I watched the Who Killed the Expos documentary on Netflix.
Right.
And just for S and giggles, I went back and I wanted to see just what their team record was. And
I remember. They were good.
In 94, they were 74-40 before the strike.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Best team in baseball.
Yeah. But my point was looking back then when there was no wild card, and I'm like, this team wins 92 games and they don't make the postseason.
Which team?
The Expos. I forget what year it was, but it was in the 90s.
Oh, in general. I got you.
Yeah.
But you're saying that the strike year they would have made the postseason because they were running away with their division.
Right, but that's how you only can make the postseason that year.
The next year after the strike is when they implemented the wild card. 95.
Okay.
Right? So up until that point, I thought 95 was the first year of the wild card. It's either 95 or 96.
Maybe my 95.
I'll look it up. MLB wild card introduced what year?
Are you sure about that?
I think so.
Probably, yeah.
It was in the 90s, definitely. 1995.
Okay. But Expos had seasons where they won 90 games before then, and they didn't make the postseason.
There was a year, correct me if I'm wrong, there was a NL West year.
93.
Braves, Giants.
93.
Where both teams won 100-something games.
Braves won, I believe, 104. Giants won 103.
So think about that.
Won 103 games in 93.
Difference,
didn't make the postseason.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, you had Giants, Dodgers. They both won 106-plus games, but they were both in.
Wild card team.
So it was never oh my gosh, are the Giants going to make the postseason? How could they be left out? But yeah, you go back a generation.
Just imagine how the history of baseball would be different.
Well, none of these World Series winners would even be in the playoffs.
If there was a wild card implemented since 1980 or whatever.
Yeah, you'd have 12 different World Series winners.
I would prefer that because you look at these teams and you look at these franchises. How many franchises back in the 80s and the early 90s were good enough to win World Series, but they didn't even make the postseason because they didn't win the division?
It's a good point. It's a good point. A number of teams.
A lot of teams.
A ton of teams. Yes, I agree.
But anyway, back to the Expos. It is a fascinating documentary from the standpoint of I didn't realize just how bad it was in Montreal. And I didn't realize basically, I get it. It's a different country, right? Canada.
Jim Facts. I like that.
Everything was in French, their broadcast French, their radio French, everything, reporters French, everything is in French. I'm wow, that's I don't know. It was just wild to me. It felt
Well, your takeaway is everything was in French?
No. Well, that's not my big takeaway. My big takeaway was that the Expos were broke and they didn't have a shot. They had
no shot.
They had no shot to survive.
Olympic Stadium was basically the Oakland Coliseum.
Worse.
They had no fans.
None.
Okay. They had now they had fans the strike season, obviously, because they went 74-40. But once that went the way it went, there was no chance for survival.
And the thing was run by the government in Montreal and in Quebec.
But then ultimately they were sold.
They were sold. Jeffrey Loria at the end basically diluted all the shares to take them all himself.
And then eventually moved the team.
And no, he sold. He didn't move the team.
Right.
He sold the team.
To the group of investors.
Or no, he took all the money from the investors. The investors sold all their shares to Jeffrey Loria. And then when Jeffrey Loria left to go buy the Marlins, he took David Sampson with him. Major League Baseball took control of the Expos for like 3 seasons.
Right.
And then they're like, no one's stepping up to the plate here in Montreal. The Canadian dollar compared to the US dollar just didn't match. Right. The place was literally, they're broke. They were broke.
Right.
They could not keep it. And that's when they decided to move the team to Washington. So technically the Expos franchise has a World Series, but it was under the Washington Nationals name.
Right. That's like, whenever we play that game, there's a lot of franchises like that. Like the Golden State Warriors were in Philadelphia.
Right.
And the Oakland A's were in Philadelphia and Kansas City. Like there's been a lot of movement, obviously, throughout the years. Listen, there's been a lot of talk in baseball of adding 2 teams. A ton of talk. A lot of people believe it will happen. They'll go to 32 teams. There'll be 8 divisions of 4 teams like the NFL. And some do believe that Montreal would be on a short list to get baseball back. There's cities like Portland and Nashville, right? And then Montreal. Mexico City maybe would be in there. But could Montreal thrive today with baseball, new facility, the right ownership? Or is it one of those things that like ship sailed?
Dude, 1 year and Jeffrey Loria, I think it was in 1999 or 2000, he decided to not have the games broadcasted on television because they couldn't come to an agreement on a TV deal. So they just didn't have any games broadcasted on television in Montreal. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane. It's kind of like the Padres.
Yeah, they had a deal with like a Canadian beer, and it wasn't enough money according to Jeffrey Loria, so they backed out of the deal.
It was funny now because now you have all these teams that don't have TV deals.
Yeah,
there's so many streaming deals you can't really
Major
watch.
League Baseball has taken over the Padres broadcast.
Exactly, and other teams. But yeah, that's
baseball is such a.
It's a weird sport.
It's such a weird sport.
I was having a conversation with someone today. I'm like, what makes baseball so unique from the sports like the NBA and the NFL is in the NBA and the NFL they split TV revenue,
right?
And in Major League Baseball they do not, and that creates all these discrepancies. But by adding in all these teams to the wild card, it allows 12 teams in the postseason. So yeah, the Dodgers have all the money, but there's 11 other teams in the postseason. And now look at the Blue Jays. Now they've spent a lot of money, but the Blue Jays might be on the verge of winning a World Series, even against a team with a higher payroll than them.
Yeah.
Well, the more you know.
It's a good documentary. I recommend watching it.
Yeah, I will watch it. Definitely. All right, call right now if you want tickets to see Bryan Adams with Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo, potentially, at Viejas Arena, November 16th. The Roll with the Punches tour. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. If you want to see Bryan Adams, November 16th at Viejas Arena, call right now. First caller to 877-767-4760 is going to that show. 2 free tickets. Call right now if you want those 2 free tickets to see Bryan Adams, November 16th at Viejas Arena. 877-767-4760. Call right now. Final hour of Jon and Jim, the update on the Padres manager search, plus Game 6 of the World Series about to get underway. Stay with us on Jon and Jim.
All right, this update's brought to you by Progressive Insurance. We are moments away from first pitch in Toronto. Blue Jays and Dodgers, Game 6. Blue Jays looking to win their first World Series since 1993. Dodgers looking to force a Game 7 tomorrow night. San Diego State takes on Wyoming. It's homecoming night at Snapdragon Stadium. 4 p.m. kickoff. 2 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. And then at 6:30 on our sister station, Jam at 95.7. Match day, Game 2 between the Portland Timbers and SDFC. SDFC has a 1-0 series lead. SDFC is looking to eliminate Portland and advance in the MLS Cup. Again, that game can be heard on our sister station, Jam at 95.7. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
So, it's Halloween. Let's list things that scare Jon and Jim. Animal protein. Team doctors.
Dislocated. I think it broke too. So I'm going up having surgery.
A kombucha recall. WWE spoilers. I gotta fear those too. And the Padres looking for a new manager. Well, gotta get past them for a busy show as we look at the Aztecs return home tomorrow versus Wyoming. SDFC's attempt to move on to the next round of the playoffs. Plus, the latest on AJ's search for a skipper. From the San Diego Sports 760 studios, here's Jon and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? Final hour of Jon and Jim on this Halloween late afternoon, early evening. By the way, we're turning the clocks this weekend. Is that correct?
Are you dark like 4 p.m.?
Dark at 4. We work until 6. I was about to say, are you a fan of turning the clock? I hate when the clocks turn.
Hate it.
Now,
We get an hour of sleep.
you do, that's what I was going to say.
It's not worth to have it be dark at 4 p.m. for the next 3 months, though.
That is a good point.
But eventually it's going to be dark at 4 anyways.
Can I ask this question?
No.
For who? For what? I know it goes back to like farming.
It's farmers.
You know what I mean? Listen, I like farmers. I'm pro farmers. I'm not going to sit here and be anti-farmer. But there's a lot of people that don't farm. Jim, are you a farmer?
Let me answer that for you, John.
Now, Brent grew up in...
yeah, I grew up on a farm.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that don't, especially in San Diego County. So I'm kind of like, let's just roll with what we're doing. Let's keep the clock where it is.
Well, the funny thing is California voted on that,
I remember that
7 years ago, and they voted to get rid of it, but we still have it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, great.
So anyway, remember to change your clock.
I won't have to change anything because the phone does it for me.
But isn't it annoying you wake up and your microwave is off?
Not really.
And the clock radio is off.
No, I don't have a clock radio.
Nobody does. And your car is off.
Yeah, I got to do the car and microwave.
Car's easy to change.
So you're not annoyed by it?
I have it on daylight savings. Not annoyed by changing the clocks one bit. I am annoyed the fact that it is going to be dark like 4:45.
Yeah, it gets dark early here. It gets dark early.
Can we get a little World Series action?
Yeah, we're thinking World Series, Brent, over
it hasn't
Syracuse.
started. It hasn't started yet.
He's right. It hasn't.
Okay.
They had the countdown. He's right.
All right.
It's still
on early. They weren't
minutes.
doing anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So where did we leave off of the World Series? We left off with Toronto winning Game 5.
And dominating
the
the Dodgers the last 2 nights.
And honestly, at this point, not only do they have a 3-2 lead, I mean, that 18-inning game was there for the King. Hopefully they don't regret it.
John Schneider didn't take all his bats out of the lineup.
I mean, they could have easily ended this thing in 5 based on that 18-inning game. And now here they are, still on the verge. They've been awesome, obviously, at Rogers Center this postseason.
I think if you're the Blue, like, look, I know you have home field and you have Game 7 at home.
Yeah, you don't want that, though.
You want to finish off the Dodgers tonight. You can't give the Dodgers life.
Yeah.
You can't, all of a sudden put all this pressure on yourself. Like, oh my God, like finish it off tonight.
Finish the job.
Finish the Dodgers, win the World Series. Because if you get to a Game 7, I would take the Dodgers into Game 7.
I think the pressure's on Toronto in a 7th game.
Yes, I do.
Where
too.
today, I don't think it screams pressure on Toronto tonight because it's the Dodgers that need to extend this series. So, yeah, this is the game from a Toronto perspective. Now, do I hate the idea of a 7th game? No. As a sports fan, I don't. But that means that we could be watching the Dodgers win back-to-back World Series if it gets to a 7th game. And that's what we'll all be saying. If this thing goes 7, everyone's going to be saying the same thing, which is Dodgers are going to win in 7.
I still think tonight is going to be pretty difficult for Toronto. I mean, Yamamoto has been, I mean, he's been their best pitcher.
His postseason numbers are awesome.
And once you get to a game 7, it's all hands on deck. So like,
yeah,
I don't even know who will be starting for the Dodgers or the Blue Jays in game 7. But again, who cares? It's game 7 and you let it ride. Interesting that tonight, George Springer is back in the lineup for the Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
He was out the last 2 nights and they played really good baseball without him.
Right.
They got to put Bo Bichette at the DH spot without George Springer there.
I like Springer being back in the lineup because he has been a clutch postseason performer. So getting him back is a win.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what it means for the Blue Jays positionally, I think it's a win. If he's healthy, I mean, if he's healthy, I mean, that's a huge story. You're right. To miss multiple games of the World Series means he was nowhere near healthy.
And the Blue Jays this year without Springer played really good baseball.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
I think if you add the 2 World Series wins, I want to say they're like 16-6 without Springer this year.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to think. I really don't. I'm hopeful. I do think that's what I would say. I am hopeful. Watching Toronto the last couple of games and watching how good they've been at home this year, I'm certainly hopeful. And I do think that the venue matters. I think this crowd is a factor. I think it'll be hard for LA. I just go back to the last series when Seattle got to Toronto up 3-2 and could not take advantage. And that was with a series lead.
Yeah. And if the Blue Jays win tonight, I know we're going to get the dumb narrative about how it's all about what the Dodgers didn't do. But if the Blue Jays win tonight, the Blue Jays will have proven that not only are they a better team, but they will prove that, they outplayed the Dodgers, and it was because of the Blue Jays, not because the Dodgers didn't play well.
Completely agree. I mean, it's because of the Blue Jays pitching. They have quieted the Dodgers bats in consecutive games. That is so hard to do.
With guys like Trey Savage and
young guys.
Shane Bieber.
Yeah, veteran in Bieber, the youngster in game 5. No, you're right. I mean, that to me is the story, what this pitching staff's been able to do. This is a historic Dodgers lineup. It is. Their investment and the amount of future Hall of Famers in their lineup. It's a historic lineup.
Yeah.
Can the Blue Jays quiet it one more time?
Yeah, it's the bias in the national media is just rampant with Dodger loving. And everybody would love nothing more than the Dodgers to win here in 7 because it fits their narrative. And they're all rooting for it. I mean, you see Jessica Mendoza on the ESPN radio broadcast.
She was so sad.
Getting upset and sad when first pitch of the game the other night, so hit for a home run. I hear Colin, getting on his knees for the Dodgers left and right.
What's Colin been saying? Because I haven't really heard his takes on it. What did it take?
I tuned in this morning as I was driving in, and all I heard him was basically rooting for the Dodgers to win tonight.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me.
He's like, he said, Dodgers game on tonight. Game 6 of the World Series.
Dodgers game.
Right,
exactly.
I'm like, what?
Right.
I know you guys are in bed with the Dodgers, but like, seriously, dude, here's a napkin. Wipe your mouth off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about the narratives, truthfully. What I care about is the result.
Yep.
Like I truly don't. And we'll have narratives and we'll talk about it all off season, whether they win or lose. And we'll be talking about the Padres all off season as well. The narratives are going to exist. We live in this world where it's 24 hours sports media, and with social, there's going to be everything under the sun that comes out of the series. But I ultimately care about the result. I already think that here in San Diego, it's just been a tough thing to stomach the way this year, the way it ended in game 3 against the Cubs. Here we go again, just like it ended in 2024. To cap this year with another Dodgers World Series, like I can't spin it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be in the position to spin it like Padres are so close. I know the Dodgers have won back to. I just can't spin it. I want to see the Blue Jays win the World Series.
No, there's no spinning.
You know,
it's just is what it is.
Yeah.
If the Dodgers win, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
You're a Padres fan. Nothing you can do about it. If you're a Padres fan, it stinks from that aspect.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, what do you make of Toronto bringing out the baby blues for tonight?
Well, they've won back-to-back games wearing this exact uniform. So I'm all for. I'm a superstitious guy when it comes to
Look at the
sports.
atmosphere in Toronto. Everyone's standing.
As opposed to everyone's parking at Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers fans
in the first inning.
Literally the worst fans. I mean, the atmosphere is already electric in Toronto, and there's First pitch of the game.
Well, it is Game 6 of the World Series with a 3-2
but if it was
lead.
Game 6 of the World Series, roles were reversed at Dodger Stadium. That stadium's still like
I agree,
pretty empty, and fans behind home plate. You got Mary Tyler, whatever her name is, and Dean Spanos, and the hell's going on?
No, you're right. I agree with that.
I mean, the Dodger fans are pathetic. I'm sorry. They are hyped up to be this great fan base. They're not. They're actually one of the worst fan bases.
We say they're like, well, we drew 4 million this year. I'm like, I'm watching. I'm seeing when the Padres are playing the Dodgers, and I'm looking at Chavez Ravine in the corners. There's no one there. We were watching this postseason before the World Series. They had empty sections upstairs at Chavez Ravine in the postseason.
It already feels like it's the 9th inning there at Toronto.
Absolutely.
The atmosphere is insane. And we don't even have the television volume up. I can tell.
Imagine being a Blue Jays fan and like, dude, it's like the best thing in the world. Like this opportunity that's in front of you. That's what I'm saying. But it's the best. Like you can't sleep for the last 2 days. You got a 3-2 lead and they're coming home.
You got to play. You got to play the game.
Got to play the
game, and can't just expect to beat the Dodgers because they're not going to lay down. They're the Dodgers, and they have $1 billion invested in that lineup. Damn near $1 billion invested in that rotation. So yeah, it's not going to be easy to finish them off here in Game 6.
Yeah, I am. I'll be honest. I'm like you. I'm surprised that the Blue Jays are even in this position. I thought heading into this World Series, it would be quick, short order.
I thought it was going to be over in 5. Like after Game 3, I'm like, this thing is over in 5.
Me too. And I think a lot of people felt that way. And a credit to the Blue Jays where they're like, we don't care about outside noise. We've done it all year. And they've done it in remarkable fashion. To win the American League Championship Series against Seattle when they lost the first 2 games at home and trailed 3-2 in the series, that's hard.
Crazy.
That's really hard.
And they went from last place last year to on the doorstep of winning a World Series the following year.
So they're 2-0 down to Seattle, losing the games at home, and they're 3-2 down to Seattle. And then they lose that heartbreaking, crushing disaster of a Game 3, 18-inning game. And here they are.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy. It's what it is.
They have been known to be the comeback Jays all year long. And this would be incredibly impressive if they could pull this off, especially after what happened in Game 3. And any narrative you see out there about the Dodgers being tired after Game 3,
stop.
That person doesn't know ball. So don't listen to that person because the credit should be all in the Blue Jays.
100% agree. All right, at 5:30, if you missed our conversation with Greg Camaro, who covers the NFL, played in the NFL, football night in San Diego, you'll hear Greg coming up at 5:30. Much more on Game 6 of the World Series on the other side. We're here until 6 p.m. Happy Halloween. It's Jon and Jim on San Diego Sports 760 and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, Kevin Gausman's not messing around. Blue Jays Dodgers game 6 in Toronto underway, and Gausman against Yamamoto. Remember, all the pub heading in is Yoshinobu Yamamoto, his complete game in game 2. Gausman strikes out the Dodgers in order in the top of the first inning, underway tonight in game 6.
He has 7 swings and misses already in the first inning.
That's like a game's worth.
Off his splitter alone.
Just keep throwing that.
Throw it 100 times tonight.
That's a ton of swings and misses. He's got 3 strikeouts as the Blue Jays. Now, again, against Yamamoto, they didn't do anything.
Nope.
Nobody's really done anything off him this postseason. He's got a 1-5.
You got to get to him early because after the 4th inning, saw a stat, he is virtually unhittable after the 4th in the postseason.
You know, we always talk about like the 3rd time through penalty or tax, right? Yeah. Not with Yamamoto. He works deep into games, including in the postseason. Just get an early run, you know, just like allow yourself to breathe a little bit, put all the pressure back on the Dodgers, score early, or do a walk-off like Joe Carter in 1993. That
cool.
Works too.
Yeah, just I want the Dodgers to lose in the most painful way possible for
that.
That would
basically be it,
and that would be as painful as it gets for that fan base.
Because I want to say 93 when Carter hit that home run. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. The Blue Jays trailed when he hit that home run. The game was not tied when Joe Carter hit that home run off of Mitch Williams. That's about as excruciating as you're going to get.
That is.
So I would take that. I don't know if I want to put my eggs in that basket though right now. I see the Blue Jays trailing in the 9th.
Yeah.
But their lineup, we talk so much about the Dodgers lineup. This lineup for Toronto is legit.
It is.
It's such a good lineup.
Yep. And and Springer's back in it. So now they're at 100% in their lineup. Bichette, Springer, Vlad, Kirk, Varsho.
I do like me some Kirk, man.
I like
professional hitter Alejandro Kirk.
Give me a 5'6", 260-pound just
bowling ball.
Yeah, give me some just beer league baseball.
Well, how many times do you hear us say when we cover the Padres, like, just give me a professional hitter? Or why? Like, if they're struggling and scuffling to score a run, I just like a guy that falls out of bed and hits.
Dude, they're not going to sit down in Toronto tonight.
I don't think they will.
That would be epic if they just stand
the whole game, which is hard to do in baseball.
It is. But that'd be cool. It'd be pretty badass.
How are you feeling about this game right now?
I don't know. I got to see how Yamamoto pitches.
Right.
If Yamamoto goes out there and does the exact same thing that Gausman did in the first, then we're probably in for potentially a pitcher's duel tonight, John.
We could be in for a pitcher's duel tonight, Yamamoto, Gausman. I wonder what the total is in a game like this. I would imagine it's not a huge number.
Those are some gaudy numbers for Yamamoto in the postseason.
Yeah. What is this at 1.5-ish ERA this postseason?
163 batting average against, 3-1, 2 complete games.
Yeah.
You don't throw complete games in the postseason in today's baseball. That just does not happen.
No one does.
And when you do it once, it's great. When you do it twice in one postseason, that's like unheard of.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But the Dodgers, look, they've been in the World Series how many times since 2017?
A number.
17.
5
times, and they've won 1.5.
Yeah, who jokes about that? That was funny.
Derek Jeter.
That was funny.
Derek Jeter's joking about it. I'll joke about it.
Yeah, exactly. But that was funny.
Yeah. I just do it because I know it pisses Dodgers fans off.
Who do you say to? Betts?
Yeah. He goes, how many World Series do you have?
And Betts laughed.
He's like 2.5.
Yeah, Betts did laugh.
Are you trying to catch me? You got 2.5, right?
That's funny. That was funny.
Because Betts has multiple with the Red Sox, and then.
Well, so then he has 3.5?
No,
he's got 1 with Boston and 1.5 with LA.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Where Bogart has the 2 with Boston.
Yeah. By the way, Springer does not look comfortable at the plate.
Well, yeah. Well, he hasn't played in 3 days and has been out due to injury.
Every one of his swings is like.
Yeah. You're right.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe just like take one for the team. I get it. You want to play. It's game 6, but
yeah, that's an interesting decision. That's a fair point. Like if they don't win these 2 games and he's in the lineup and he doesn't perform, that'll be discussed.
I mean, you're out there at 60, 70% tops.
If that.
And your team without you the last 2 nights played pretty well.
Really well. I mean, most of it's been on their pitching. Yeah, they had those big enough innings against the bullpens, but they've been winning because of their pitching the last 2 days.
But their offense, though, 6 runs in game 5. How many runs in game 4?
I forget.
Five?
They ended up winning by a few runs.
I think it was like 5-1 or something.
Yeah.
So they put up runs.
Oh, they put up runs. I completely agree.
They put up 5 runs in game 3. They put up 6 runs in game 5. They put up what?
What did they do in game 1?
Oh, there's the Max Muncy with an error.
Yep.
Ha!
What did they do in game 1? What was the final score in the Blue Jays?
Oh, 11-4.
Oh, they had the 9 runs off the bullpen
grand slam.
Yeah. So they've scored a ton in this series.
They have. The Dodgers rotation, other than Yamamoto, has not fared well.
Yeah. And again, if Yamamoto doesn't, we said this yesterday, obviously they want him going as long as possible.
Ohtani gave up 4 runs in game 4.
Yeah. Including that home run.
Sorry, what were we saying?
But if Yamamoto doesn't work deep into this game, even if he's effective, again, that's been the issue for the Dodgers.
They're screwed.
You get to their bullpen and you have a chance. Toronto all series long has had huge innings against the Dodgers bullpen. All series long.
Except for game 3.
True. Good point. But in 3 wins, they've had huge innings off the Dodgers bullpen, and I will take my chances with that.
Yeah. The formula tonight for the Dodgers to win this game is
8 innings.
Yamamoto, 9 innings. You can't
8.
If
7.
Yamamoto gives you only 5, and it's like if Yamamoto leaves the game trailing, you're screwed.
That's a good point.
Unless this Dodger offense can get going, which we're all hoping it doesn't.
Right, but it definitely can.
Yeah.
As, of course, after an error, there's a 5-4-3 double play. So, all right, they played an inning, and there's no score. And the winner of this game is going to feel pretty good. Because if it's the Blue Jays, they've won the World Series. If it's the Dodgers, again, there will be a 7th game. Greg Camaro joined us earlier. He joins us each and every week. We talk about the NFL with him each and every week. He played for the Dolphins for a number of years in the NFL, and the Dolphins situation has become a bit of a S show.
I didn't realize he was on the 1-15 Dolphins.
I didn't even realize the Dolphins had a 1-15 team. Truthfully, that's crazy.
Oh, great, bro.
I remember like a day where the Dolphins were like good. By and large,
when was that?
Out.
Back in the
Marina.
Okay,
yeah,
that was only for like 1 year in the 80s.
Well, they made a Super Bowl once, but they were consistently like a 10-6 team that was making the postseason.
Lost the Niners
in their one and only.
Where was it? They played at played in the Bay Area somewhere.
Were you there?
No, but it was I forget what stadium it was. It's an old stadium.
Old stadium in the Bay Area, and you don't know what it is. You don't know where the Niners won a Super Bowl against Dan Marino.
It was before. It was before when I was alive, John.
Just say
say what?
I'm casual.
Say I'm a casual. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
A stadium in the Bay Area that's old.
Super Bowl 1985 is one.
Yeah, where was that Super Bowl?
Hold on.
The Niners won the Super Bowl in the Bay Area?
I think it was like that.
This is great. I want to know where it was.
You
mean Oakland?
That was in Palo Alto. Stanford Stadium.
Oh, they won at Stanford Stadium.
Stanford
Yes.
Stadium.
That is unique. That is interesting.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking.
I like that. That's good. All right. You're no longer a casual. All right. Greg Camaro, our NFL insider, joins us next.
This update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Game 6 of the World Series underway in Toronto. We're scoreless in the top of the second inning. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Wyoming for homecoming, 4 p.m. kickoff. You can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. And on our sister station, SDFC takes on Portland, game 2 of their series. SDSC is looking to win and advance. 6:30 is when match day kicks off. Again, that can be heard on our sister station, Gemin 95.7. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
All right, Jon and Jim on this Halloween. Jim's back page coming up, but if you missed it earlier, the former NFL receiver, you can catch him on Football Night in San Diego on NBC7. Greg Camaro is with us. We started the conversation asking about his former team and the Miami Dolphins and what happens next.
Yeah, they look terrible, and I was on a similarly terrible Dolphins team. We went 1-15, and then they blew everything up. New GM, new coach, new players, new everything. So my advice to those Dolphins guys is just go have some fun in South Beach while you're still in South Beach, because change is coming. So they mutually parted ways with Chris Greer, their GM, who's been in the organization for 26 years. So all that tells me is that they're trying to find something new, and the owner and the GM didn't necessarily agree on the direction that they wanted to go. And it doesn't, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And it's before the trade deadline. So if you're going to let a new GM start making some moves, now's the time to start making those moves. It is interesting that it's a GM and not a head coach. And so what that tells me from an outsider looking in is that the guys still believe in their coach. Because if you lose the locker room, it is super obvious, and that's when a coach gets fired. So my thought is that the team still believes in Mike McDaniel as a head coach. And we'll see if, how hard they play, if they can win any games, but there's going to be some big changes coming in Miami soon.
Last night, Lamar returned for the Ravens through 4 touchdown passes. It was the Dolphins, so it's hard to say, they're back on track. But you look at their schedule here, Greg, and you got the Vikings next week. J.J. McCarthy, we don't really know if he's a good quarterback or not. They're 3-4, right. The Vikings. The Browns, the Jets, play the Bengals 2 more times. Do you feel like, if healthy, Ravens potentially could right the ship here, mainly because their schedule and Lamar's back?
Totally. I feel like they can get back in the mix. I also looked at the schedule going forward to see who they were playing, but also looked back to see, how did the Ravens get to this point where they're playing Miami on a Thursday night and both teams have 2 wins, and one team is clearly bad. That's Miami. And then the Ravens were still questioning, and it kind of explains the situation. In their first few games, they played the Bills, lost by 1 point at the end. I believe it was a Derrick Henry fumble. They beat the Browns, which was obviously any team should at this point, this era of the NFL. And then they lost to the Lions and the Chiefs. So these were 3 out of their 4 first games were really good teams that we are going to see in the playoffs, teams that we might see deep in the playoffs. And they were close in those games and just didn't make it through the gauntlet. And then Lamar Jackson gets hurt, and then they look bad. Lamar's back. Anytime you have Lamar, you've got a shot. The one question mark is their defense. They're not playing the stereotypical Ravens defense that we've seen since Ray Lewis. But, it's Lamar's job as a former MVP to overcome that and put up more points. So they are a dangerous team. I think they've still got a shot. And like you mentioned, they're not playing that same type of tough teams going forward.
Greg Camaro with us right now on Jon and Jim, Football Night in San Diego. Of course, the former NFL receiver as well. So we learned today Travis Hunter officially going to the IR. Well, what do you make to the start of his season as a two-way player? Just looking at the sheer numbers, 298 receiving yards and a touchdown. He's played 36% of the team's defensive snaps. I think he has something like 13 or 14 tackles on the year. What do you make of the starts of the career for Travis Hunter? It's proving the doubters correct at this point. And I got to say, I was one of those doubters. And I'm not saying he can't change the future of his career, but
it is incredibly hard to play two positions in college, and he did an amazing job at that. It's way harder to play two positions at the pro level. As a wide receiver, you literally spend all day in meetings learning the ins and outs of the offensive plays, what the quarterback's expecting, what your footwork needs to look like, what your timing needs to look like, while DBs are doing the same thing in a meeting room all day, learning defensive formations, learning the routes of the team they're going to play against, learning what other players are doing, how do they adjust to that. So it will take a lot of time to master those two positions. He absolutely has the talent to do it, but then there's also this component of, if you're playing on both sides of the ball, you're almost doubling your chance of getting hurt. And it's hard to make it through an NFL season playing one position. So, I worry about his future of playing two positions. If there's anyone that can do it, he's the guy, because that guy is incredibly talented. I would think they would lean towards the direction of, let's utilize him on defense, and then when we need a play, put him in on offense and use his explosive as a returner, or let's get a little reverse or a deep ball. It'd be more limited on offense because it's more important to have a strong cornerback than it is to have a strong receiver.
So the game of the weekend, Bills and Chiefs in Buffalo. Chiefs have definitely shown that they're still the Chiefs of late. Their offense is healthier. Josh Allen is still Josh Allen. Now, this is on the road for Kansas City, but it just feels like here, and tell me if you agree, the Chiefs are becoming the Chiefs again. And if they go to Buffalo and they beat the Bills, it kind of just another reminder, like, oh, here we go again type of feel. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yes. And I feel like we've seen this episode before. I think it's almost an annual thing that we get these two teams in the regular season, and then we get a different version of these two teams in the playoffs. And Josh Allen owns the victories in the regular season. And then Patrick Mahomes obviously owns the most important victories, is when they see each other in January. It's a similar story. These two teams, they're going to be in the playoffs. The Chiefs have figured it out a month ago. They were not looking like a good football team, but they've got some guys back. They've figured it out. The interesting thing about their matchup this year is this is the first time neither of them are in first place in their division. And it's weird to see the Bills and the Chiefs looking up at other people. The Chiefs are looking at the Chargers and the Broncos in front of them. The Bills are looking at the Patriots. It probably won't end up that way, but it's unique for now. The Chiefs are the only team that are in the top 5 for offense and defense, whereas the Bills, they're doing good on offense, struggling on defense. And so it's the same old thing with the Chiefs. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be good. They're the team to beat. But it's fun for us to get that midseason matchup. And this is more of a test to me of where the Bills are than it is where the Chiefs are, because we've seen them the last couple weeks. But can Josh Allen turn it on? And this is the week to do it and prove that they're ready to compete. Interesting you say that. So looking at the AFC West, who is the third place finisher going to be in the division? When you look at the Chiefs and the Chargers and the Broncos right now are in first place at 6-2. Then you have both the Chargers and the Chiefs at 5-3. Who's the third best team in the division? I think it's got to be the Chargers, and it's because of injuries. Bo Nix and the Broncos are playing great football. It's fun to watch Bo Nix develop as a quarterback. This last week, he threw some of the most impressive touchdowns on pure accuracy. Like the receivers, there was one deep ball in the back left corner of the end zone. The receiver didn't necessarily run a great route, left the quarterback maybe a yard or two from the sideline of space to drop it in there, which is, as a receiver at practice, they have this thing called the red line painted on the field that's 6 yards from the sideline. You want to run your go route 6 yards from the sideline to give the quarterback space to drop it on the outside. This receiver left about 2 feet. And Bo Nix dropped it exactly into those 2 feet. It was beautiful. So they're playing great football and playing great defense. The Chiefs, I think, will end up as the number one. And then the Chargers, they show us these hot flashes. They look great, and then people are injured. And we saw last week, the last 2 weeks, the importance of Joe Alt and him making a comeback. When he gets back out there, Justin Herbert has time. The run game is moving with a third running back. and they get Khalil Mack back. Their defense is rolling. When they were missing Mack and all, it was bad. They looked like a bad football team. And so I think that's what keeps them in third place. But all three of those teams are good. They can, if they sneak into the playoffs, they will find a way to beat someone. I just think the Chargers are the third out of the Chiefs and the Broncos.
Would you say, and would you agree, if I told you this, Drake May's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now? Would you agree with that or no?
Oh, isn't that wild? Oh, no. I don't think so. But, I mean, he's been playing some great football. It's wild to even have that conversation. But, the Patriots have turned it around. They're in first place in their division. And a lot of that has to do with Drake May. And so it's impressive. But it's hard to say that. Top 5, yeah, that's a tough one. But
top 10?
I'm impressed.
Top 10? Top 10 right now?
Sure, let's throw them in the top 10.
Okay, all right.
Top 10's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Really is. I asked you about the AFC West. What about the NFC West, which is also tightly contested? Seahawks and Rams are 5-2. Niners are 5-3. How do you think that finishes up?
The Seahawks look great. They got a top 10 defense. Sam Darnold is proving his worth wherever he ends up. He said, I'll be with the Vikings. No problem. I'll handle business there. Ship me to the Seahawks. No problem. I'll handle business there. They are a well-rounded team. Jackson Smith-Njigba, I think, is leading all wide receivers. He's outstanding. The 49ers is kind of like the Chargers. When they're healthy, things look great. They feel great. You look at their roster, they say this will work out, but they keep getting hurt. In losing San Diego's Fred Warner, that is a huge loss for them. They lost Bosa earlier. Kittle just came back. Like, they're just missing these key components along the way. They're going to lean heavy on Christian McCaffrey. And he's proven he can do it, but it's also, when you lean on somebody that late, I think he's probably around 30 years old as a running back, people can get hurt. And so, the Rams, they're the best team in that division. Sean McVay said at the beginning of the year, this is my best roster that I've had, which sticks with me every week. And then they perform. They've got the old man Devontae Adams playing outstanding football. And the Rams are the best team in that division, but very impressed with the Seahawks as well.
Greg, always appreciate you taking time for us. We're looking forward to this weekend in the NFL. Of course, you can catch him on football night in San Diego after Sunday Night Football each and every week. And we'll do it again next week. Thanks for hopping on, man.
Appreciate you, fellas.
All right, on the other side, Jim's back page, maybe a Halloween edition. Next. All right, Jim's back page coming up in a moment. Final segment of Jon and Jim on this Halloween night. Dodgers and Blue Jays are scoreless in the top half of the third inning, although the Dodgers, for a first time tonight, are threatening with a runner at second and only one out. This pivotal Game 6 between Toronto and Los Angeles. Very pivotal game.
Okay, Magic.
Would you say whoever wins this game's in the driver's seat? Or it's pretty
Not
even?
if Toronto wins.
Toronto wins. They're going to feel pretty good about themselves heading into the rest of the series.
Truthfully, if the Dodgers win, they'll feel pretty good about themselves.
Yeah,
as well. So scoreless in the third. See, this is an interesting night because everyone's out trick or treating, but
not in Toronto.
True, not in Toronto. Probably in LA.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pass up trick or treating to watch this game if you're a kid in LA? No.
Probably not. They'll have many more opportunities to watch the Dodgers win the World Series. Like many more.
That's a good point. All right, let's get to it.
All right, here are some Halloween freebie deals. Freebies and deals.
Okay.
All right. At Sonic today, you can get corn dogs for 50 cents. No limit. You can also get a free donut at Krispy Kreme when you wear a costume. Now, if we wore this inside Krispy Kreme,
Would they give it to us?
Maybe.
Wearing our 6 and 7.
Is that another strikeout by Gosman?
He has 7.
7 through
7 through 8
2 2/3?
outs. 7 through 8 outs.
Is that good?
Yeah.
You can get a burrito at Chipotle today starting at 3 p.m. It's obviously past 3 p.m. for just $6 with a costume.
Like you have to give them a costume or you just wear one?
No, John. You wear a costume and you get a burrito for $6.
Okay.
If you go to 7-Eleven, you can get a buy one, get one whole pizza.
Do you like intentionally walking Otani there? I do.
Smart.
Right.
Potentially.
Open. Oh, I think it's smart either way.
Yeah.
Because Otani.
It could be smart or it could be really bad.
Right. It could end up being bad if Will Smith.
Every baseball old timers yelling at clouds right now because Otani didn't get a chance to hit. Shut the F up.
That should be a 2-base penalty.
Oh, 2-base penalty.
Walked him.
Oh, 2-base penalty. Yeah. Okay.
What were you saying?
I don't even know. You got me distracted now because you said Otani walked. Now I got to watch what's happening right now with 2 outs and Will Smith at the plate. No one cares about what's going on with Krispy Kreme, and that just backfired on him, John. John, it backfired on him. It backfired on him, John.
1-0, maybe 1-0 Dodgers. I would have walked him.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We all knew the inevitable was going to happen. It was a good year.
Here we go, guy.
It's a good year.
Oh my gosh.
If we don't hang one, like,
at
least it didn't go over the fence. At least it wasn't a 3-run homer.
There's only 1 out.
I thought it was a home run. No, there's 2 outs.
You're right.
That's why they walked Otani.
Yeah. Okay. Get out of this at 1 run. You're fine. You have
Are
to
you
score a run to win. You have to score a run to win. Yes.
Oh. You know what my biggest takeaway from that hit is?
What?
They still make Clearly Canadian.
Clearly Canadian. What's Clearly Canadian?
It was like a flavored like sparkling water that was big in like the late 90s, and they just had a ad for it on the wall. The ball just bounced off of it. I thought that stuff got discontinued.
What else you got, Jim?
Baskin Robbins 31% off scoops today.
Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
You say 31 flavors?
It's also October 31st.
Oh, weren't they famous for 31 flavors though?
Yes.
Yeah. So it matches up.
Yeah, it matches up.
October 31st. It's Halloween.
Okay.
Papa John's Jack-o'-lantern pizza is $11.99 today.
Is that a deal or is that the normal price?
Probably the normal price.
It doesn't sound like that great of a deal.
But it looks like a pumpkin.
Anybody, if you say, hey, anything's a deal, right? Like,
it's true.
Hey, here's a baseball. It's a deal.
Exactly.
I was selling it for $9.99, but you can have it for $5.99.
It's a deal.
It's a deal.
Yeah, you're right.
You can get a Jack-o'-lantern Whopper for just $5 today at Burger King. How about that?
Is that a deal?
That's a deal?
Yeah. $5.
Essentially. And at KFC, you can buy 50 nuggets for $20.
That doesn't sound. Is that a deal?
Yeah, that's a deal.
That's a deal. That's
Okay.
a deal, John.
Okay.
That's a deal. So there's my Halloween freebies of the day.
Is that all you have? Because I have something.
What do you got?
Look at this. It's like a gym back page. College football. James Madison will wear Marvel superhero themed helmets against Washington State November 22nd.
My favorite team.
One side will feature JMU's block logo. Players will choose one of 5 Marvel heroes: Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, or Black Panther for the other side of the helmet.
That's incredible. I need a helmet now.
Are you now a James Madison? What is their team name?
I've always been a James Madison fan.
What is their team name?
The Pirates,
Dukes.
the Dukes.
That is pretty cool concept.
These are pretty cool. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Mhm.
Really creative.
I do have one more.
Okay, add it on.
Is it the Penguin story?
It's not the Penguin story.
Okay.
John wouldn't know what this is, but you know the show Ridiculousness, Brent?
Yes, the Tosh.0 ripoff.
MTV canceled Ridiculousness today after 14 years on the network.
After 14 years?
Yeah.
And I've never even heard of it.
It was like a home video show. And
It's
just made-
Tosh.0.
yeah, they just made fun of people and stuff of crazy videos. But anyway, that's all I got today on the back page. Now we turn our attention to this World Series where this thing can get out of hand now very quickly, John.
Well, slow down. It's 1-0.
Dodgers
But the
are-
bases are loaded for Mookie Betts. Okay. So, yeah, this is a huge early game spot. At 1 run, you live with it. Anything more, you got serious concerns. Serious concerns with anything more than a run in this spot. Because of Yamamoto, really, who's been excellent in this series and once again here tonight. So it's a big spot, is what I would say.
It's potentially a big spot, John.
It really is. You know what was disappointing today is going to Jones's Halloween parade, seeing a lot of kids dressed up as Dodgers players. A lot. In San Diego. A lot of kids dressed up as Dodgers players.
That's stupid.
I agree. I didn't say it to the kid.
Yeah, but you have to remember, kids will just like want jerseys for whoever wins.
I know.
I remember
true.
when I was
No,
a kid, everyone had Dallas Cowboy stuff when
Yeah,
I
but-
was a kid
but
because
we're in
that was
Southern
they were winning.
California.
I
just
was in
feel like-
Wisconsin. Why would anyone have Dallas Cowboy stuff?
I
'Cause
know,
they
but I'm
won.
just saying here, I feel like you got a lot of parents that, root for the Dodgers. All right, let's see if we can get through this half inning, Jim, while we're still on air. Why don't we just keep it here?
Why don't we just do play-by-play?
We could illegally.
Who cares?
The
Major League
FCC.
Baseball.
That's true. That's true. But we're not playing.
We don't
the
have
game.
express written consent.
But we're not like playing the actual game on the radio.
What's express written consent? Isn't that just written consent?
Sure. It's express.
Just more
written
emphasis
consent.
on it.
Right.
They really mean it.
Oh gosh, the series is over.
It's over.
3-0.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, happy Halloween. The Dodgers are winning the World Series.
Congratulations.
All right, if you missed anything today, sportssd.com.
We're getting to game 7.
Gosh. iHeartRadio app, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Spotify. Join us tomorrow. Full slate of action. San Diego State at 4 p.m. Pregame coverage begins at 2 right here on San Diego Sports 760. For Brent and Jim, I'm John. Happy Halloween. Peace.
Okay.
6-7.